believe I'm gonna die from spitting on a piece of ice. I don't believe I'm gonna die because I got a bad heart. I don't believe I'm gonna die because of lung cancer. I believe that I'm going to be able to die what I was just the thing that I was born for. I believe that I'm going to be able to die high off the people. I believe that I will be able to die as a revolutionary in the international revolutionary folk struggle.
I believe that the white man has done a great injustice to the black man in this country by having kidnapped our people and brought us here and down to the level that we're on today. And today, instead of approaching the factors that their original mistake has created, instead of approaching these factors objectively and realistically, the greatest sin that they're doing now is trying to pretend that they never committed a crime, that they never did any wrong. And when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad points out the injustices that our people are suffering, they make that sin worse by accusing him of teaching hate, or by accusing him of black supremacy, or by accusing him of advocating violence, simply because he is pointing out the real factors in the problem.
We have a little time left. You don't have to hurry so much, Malcolm.
I want my colleagues and the community at large to know just a little bit about who Gene Sawyer really is. I graduated from Alabama State University. I had the privilege during that period of time to be involved in the bus boycott, 1952 through 1956. My fraternity served as bodyguards for Dr. Martin Luther King. I was a member of that security team and alderman in 1971. Until my election today as acting mayor, I was a senior black alderman City Council. I was a supporter of Mayor Harold Washington from the very beginning. I'm honored to say that the mayor trusted me. When I was elected as President Pro Tem in 1983, the mayor knew that the gavel was being placed in capable hands upon his absence. During the days of council wars, there were those who wanted me to be less than loyal to the mayor, but I was absolutely supportive of the mayor's policies.
The mass exodus that we have seen, particularly in the black community, saps the vitality of our great city. We must reverse the exodus by creating the reality of safety in every neighborhood. Public safety must not be a commodity that is only available to the wealthy.
We just want a fair share for all the people in this city. Now, I happen to be talking to a black audience, but you understand that I've got to be fair to everybody. And I will be fair to everybody, but I'm going to insist that for the first time, this city is fair to you. Are you with me?
I might be in jail, I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary. And you're going to have to keep on saying that. You're going to have to say that I am a proletarian. I am the people. I'm not the pig. You've got to make a distinction. And the people are going to have to attack the pig. The people are going to have to stand up against the pig. That's what the Panthers are doing. That's what the Panthers are doing all over the world.
I need some hand sanitizer. Hold on. I got it. I've been out in the streets amongst the people. Yeah, I gotta take a bath.
Let's see what's on TV.
As the king's brother, you should have been first in line.
Well, I was first in line until the little hairball was born.
That hairball is my son.
Is that what you were trying to get for?
Trying to get.
You bite the fry, the fry bites back, my man. Damn, crispy crunch.
Let me put my mind on something that'll motivate me to manifest. T-Man. Technician, are we good? Huh? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chicago Black Delegation Podcast. You're watching the Delegation Discussion. It's about time I'm back in the seat. It's been a minute. We kind of forced it in, though, you know what I mean? Right, technician. Can't talk. You know how that goes. We got some new buttons for y'all, man. Check it out. That's over button.
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It's
gets
gross.
the people going.
Yes.
Hold on. People gonna hear that when we hear something crazy. You know what I'm saying? This one you wrong. This one has something crazy. This one you say something we don't know what the fuck.
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It's
gets
gross.
the people going.
All right, yeah, y'all know Y'all know I'm gonna play that one. You know what I'm saying?
We got to fight the powers that be.
You know what I'm saying? Since we pro Negroes over here, right? Pro blacks over here, so you know we got to fight the powers that be. Okay.
Official.
And then we got my favorite one of all time.
Ooh, bars.
Yeah, that's the.
Hey, put it on here real quick. Hold on.
That's certified
Ooh, bars.
Certified platinum right there. You know what I'm saying? You know?
That's you.
Yeah, for sure.
Bars.
Tell them who y'all is, man. Let the people know who y'all is, man.
Yeah, what's going on? It's your boy Jay Rashid. You know what I'm saying? Been 1-4 for the Chicago Black Delegation. You know.
Fact.
And we are here with
Danny.
Ooh, bars.
We're gonna use a lot of that today.
A whole lot of bars.
Danny? Where we find you from? Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know, just your around the way.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I'm glad you quick on your feet. I like that.
Chi-Town certified. For sure.
And I'm higher thinking of this here proprietor of this podcast, and yes, 1/4 of it. Dan, she working on her official membership. You know, she getting there.
I'm getting there. I'm warming up.
But otherwise, we you know we do this thing for a very serious cause, in my humble opinion. And as time progresses, slowly inching towards the midterms, I think it's very much time for us to really be definitely be really consistent in the constant feeding of content for y'all. And I don't even know how to really say this. There's just been a lot of just misinformation and bad politics floating around in the internet right now, and it's gotten on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got to the point where I can't even wait for a retwist to get up here and talk to the people, right? But the fact of the matter is, people, we need to hear the actual truth regarding what's happening regarding politics. Yeah. We are at a time where. Because we talked about this last time we spoke. There's been some groups that went ahead and bought up all these legacy medias. You know what I'm saying? And it's not stopping there. Don't think it's just stopping at legacy media. There's just been, I don't know. Listen, I might be a bit of a conspiracy theory in thinking this, but I look-key think there's been a huge uptick in bots like circling around social media. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of people that's been super duper gung ho about protecting millionaires and protecting billionaires. How dare you? I mean, we got people talking about they don't make no more than $40,000, talking about why the hell we got to tax the rich. You know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense to me, right? Again, that's from my perspective. That's kind of what I've been noticing a lot of. And if the people that that's not connected to these sects or these groups and stuff like that, don't speak up, or don't speak our mind, and don't educate ourselves actually, then we might mess around and have some really weird results come this coming midterms. As my opinion, I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but like this Iran situation it's been spiraled out of control, and this man needs to go immediately, right? I don't know if we can impeach him. I don't know if we have a whole blue wave that they'll be able to stop everything that he does to the point where we can start turning the ship around in the direction of the people, better survivability for the proletariat and the working and lower class. But I know one thing: if we don't try it all, it's gonna be over for us, right?
Yeah. I mean, they've been having impeachment hearings.
And that 25th, I've been hearing about that.
Yeah, the conversation is always coming up, but then what's next? What's coming after that? Like,
exactly.
What we gonna do after that, JD?
We just need to, we just need the Democrats to just come with a solid plan because it's like they coming in something not really thinking it through.
Yeah, that microphone, you know the microphone thing.
What you mean?
I keep it in front of you.
Keep it closer.
Like if that's where you're gonna be sitting.
Yeah, that's because you got to speak directly to the flat surface of it. That's all.
Right. Okay.
What you saying, Jay?
No, but we just need. We just need them to come with a solid plan because if JD comes in office, I mean that's Trump's right hand man. I mean we see him. We hear whispers like he's not really fully in support of the war, but he's too afraid to say anything. All of them are too afraid to say anything. So it's like, if he gets in office, what's going to be different?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just going to be a continuance because MAGA is a regime at this point. And honestly, it needs to be wiped out. Once Trump is gone, it needs to be wiped out because it's toxic for American politics.
Yeah. And you saw because there's some videos floating around. I mean, it's kind of like a little meme little thing. Somebody kind of put it together a little bit, but they have there's a video of Marco Rubio, a woman speaking to him, like a news reporter speaking to him and asking him, what would you tell 2016 Marco Rubio? And they cut to 2016 Marco Rubio, who was very antagonistic towards Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was just really interesting to see that. And then we know how J.D. Vance was, some years ago regarding Donald Trump. Everybody knew what it was. I'm sorry, when I say it, I'm talking about the current MAGA knew what it was during that time period. They all sound like Marjorie Taylor Greene in that time period. All of a sudden, everything flipped, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't want to get too far in all of that stuff. Like, it's definitely gonna be a ongoing discussion amongst us here, especially as we kind of keep up with what's everything that kind of happens as it kind of happens to us, So, the only thing we can do is try our best to keep up and speak, be the light in this sea of darkness. So, what else? There was some. I know. Okay, y'all introduced yourselves already. You introduced yourself. But that's okay. All right. Okay, we back. So if it's y'all first time here, how we typically run things is we will have 3 different segments. I will intro and outro each and individual segment. When I outro a segment, don't think that's the end of the show. That just means I am outroing that particular segment. I'm going to be opening the next segment momentarily. During that in between time, that's when I'll be reading comments and all that good stuff. And then when it's time for the show to end, I will signal that. We do have a call-in thing. We do have a call-in line. So if you have something to say or whatever like that, just drop in the comments and we'll beam you up. I think that's about it. But otherwise, we got a pretty decent show today, and hopefully y'all rock with it.
We got a hotline.
We do got a hotline.
For sure.
The hotline.
So people can call in if they don't like us, and then they can they can give us our roses. I was about to say something.
That's what's up.
I remember that time we had a seagull, a seagull calling. That was crazy.
It's been rough, 1,000%.
What we talking about? A bird? Was it a big bird or a little bird? What you talking about?
Somebody called in playing a bird on some audio.
Yeah, so a bird called in, and I had a real fun time on the editing side of things with that. So, if anybody would call in being funny, then like I said, we're gonna have some. We definitely gonna make it. Try to make you famous. Yeah. Otherwise, this first one is about the proletariat. Let me just think. Just 1 second. Bourgeois. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to think of the question today for that. Okay. All right. So, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chicago Black Delegation Podcast. I'm your host, AC, aka High Thinking. And I'm joined today with my co-host. Say what up.
Hey,
what's going on, everybody?
So today we're going to be talking about the bourgeois class. The bourgeois class. Bougie class, as for short. Where did that start? Was that Chicago? Did we start the bougie thing, the term? Who started that?
Man, that's a good question.
The bourgeois, it was started by the French, wasn't it? I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
it's a French word.
But I mean, far as how we use it, bougie, I think that's just a black term, black.
So yeah, I went did like 20 years of my life. I'm gonna be honest, about 30 years of my life not knowing what bougie meant, and I was just,
Everybody has their own meaning, I mean, to me, is high class. Urban, what they would say ghetto. I wouldn't say it's ghetto, but if we have our thing where we can still be relatable, but still also know how to dip and dabble into the finer things. It's like a balance of both, still can be a little bit of street, but still can have your class too, yo.
Rasheed, you got a different definition of bougie?
You're lucky.
I'm looking it up. I'm like, yo.
He gonna give us a visual joint.
So according to Google AI, bougie was not invented by one specific person, but rather evolved as a 1960s, 70s slang, shortening of the French word bourgeoisie. It was popularized within the African American community to describe someone from a lower class acting as if they are wealthy or pretentious.
Hello.
Acting as though.
Acting as though it's how to step in and out of it.
Oh yeah, I always saw it as somebody that has access to wealth, but like I ain't gonna say can't, but not letting go of that hood side, right?
Period. I would that all applies. It's all of that. It's like a big umbrella of just different terms of how people use it.
Oh yeah, of course.
It could be the ratchet with the classy. It could be the balance of understanding the high and the low, knowing how to mix your fines and your just your things of like the things that you wear and the things that you indulge in when it comes to just anything that we use materialistically wise, We might have a big old house, but we still might have a furniture full of Renaissance purchases. Like
ooh, bars.
Facts. I pressed the wrong button up. Like I'm 100% behind. Especially the aspect of like I think people need to know this as well. But words just typically have always, it's like subject to the person that's speaking it, right? Everybody seem to have like their own relationship with the words that they use a lot of the time. And if you're not careful, you might fall into like a misunderstanding or a miscommunication just simply based on the way the person is speaking interprets the language. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's good to get like, let's say, I would say, how do I put this? And how we can implement that in like real in our day-to-day conversations. I would just say when you're kind of dealing with a serious matter, I'll be like, hey, what do you mean by this specific word? Or what do you mean by that phrase? Just to kind of keep the communication crystal clear, right? Bars, yeah. Otherwise, today we're gonna be talking about bougie folk, right? But it's gonna evolve a little bit further than that. We're gonna go into how we're gonna talk about where the bougie can kind of lead and how we can kind of split off into two different directions. So, but right now we're gonna take a look at a documentary I was recently exposed to, and I found some snippets I would like to share with my friends, or my cuz and my other friend, and then and my technician, and then we're gonna take conversation from there.
In my mind, there is no black middle class. It's impossible for it to exist in this country. We have those who aspire to be middle class, and to that group, I would say that they have been almost totally, 99% negligent in their response to the struggles of the masses of black people in this country, and that they have, in many instances, in fact, hindered that struggle by moderating the genuine and legitimate radicalism of the masses.
Okay, so just a quick comment about what he just said there. He does not believe in the black middle class, right? Also says that these people kind of, I guess they're given their trinkets and they're given their nice fabrics, and they might even have a decent little crib, but like this is an illusion of the middle class that people are aspiring for. And then he says it's a distraction from actual activism. What do y'all kind of think about that a little bit?
I think there's a fair point to that.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a very fair point to that. Like, for years, like, there's always been that want for, you know what I'm saying, like a greater life. You know what I'm saying? Like, people work hard, so, you know what I'm saying, like, they want nice things. So, you know, and sometimes they get in their head a little bit. But all in all, people be who they're gonna be, and then you have those who are aware of that, you know.
Okay, I'm listening.
But no, that was I mean, that's pretty much it,
Yeah.
yo.
Like so, Danielle, like do you think this middle class idealism is a distraction from activism?
I think the idea of middle class does exist physically, you know, because we're here, we are there. We do have the...
Let me just interrupt real quick. He, you know, he is speaking to a past context. They still in black and white, you feel me? So, you know, today could be a little bit different.
It is. And even still back then, there was a space for us. It's just a matter of the fact that where's the support when it comes to the laws and the government, you know, giving us the ability to acquire the things that we are supposed to have or that we should have access to, that the 1% might not necessarily have access to, but we're still not getting those same resources, being able to only get so far, you know. I mean, what are we getting back for it? It's really the middle class is what we created for ourselves, given the fact that we had to exist in a space of where we're not actually wanted, and that's our way of maintaining our peace in this economy. I mean, it's always been that. For me, I feel like it's just walking on the eggshells, you know, of how we can, you know, not overcome the 1%'s image of us being, you know, in that box of where they want to keep us, but still, you know, being able to excel and still create a pathway for our own family and generations, and, you know, still maintain a legacy for ourselves. It's like, how do you do that within an economy that doesn't want you to? You know, so it's like, I get what he's saying, you know, in regard, but that's what it is. It's like, we're still here, we're still working in that same space with them. But, you know, as he's saying, we're not allowed to really do much more than that.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to add on a little bit to that, because, like, the walking on eggshells, you know what I'm saying? Like, it keeps them from wanting to rock the boat, you know? So it's like, all that activism, all that rah-rah stuff that will get someone kicked out or something, they don't want to lose their privilege that they feel like they worked hard for. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it does, in a way, stagnate an activism movement if there's one going on. But, I mean, that's why it's like, it's so hard to get everybody on the same page, you know?
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna continue onward. I can't disagree with anything y'all said, obviously. I probably do got a little bit to add, just from responding directly to him. Especially watching the rest of this documentary, there just seems, if we're gonna define, like, the middle class black numbers, like, yeah, there was definitely, you know, black folk that are representative within the tax bracket, but within the earning range of what would be considered middle class, even in white society, right? Maybe if we were to compare it, how do I put this? Now, if that middle class was defined by your actual wealth and your attainments and your net worth and stuff like that, okay, that could be a different conversation. But regarding earnings and like being in the same space and then, you know, having like the excess money to just have a little bit of, you know, let's say living a more luxurious lifestyle that was accessible towards blacks in this time period. And we're going to see more of that in this conversation. So let's keep going.
White collar Negroes today sometimes find themselves under attack from within their own ranks. Last summer's Evening of Elegance was harshly criticized in some quarters.
Is this loud enough for y'all?
You do.
I get it.
Do it a little louder, please, because I'm lacking over here in eyesight.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Particularly since it took place only 2 nights after the Newark riots. Observers, particularly since its summer's Evening of Elegance was harshly criticized in some quarters, particularly since it took place only 2 nights after the Newark riots. Observers sensed an uneasiness on the part of some guests. Vassal Thomas, organizer of the affair, gives his own assessment.
This is completely socialism. It's not a part of any civil rights organization. We don't propose to. We don't have speeches politically, civil rights, or any other type of controversies.
And yet, in your way, you do make a contribution in that.
Completely in sympathy with it, completely in sympathy with it, but I certainly would not like it to disrupt the beauty of the Evening of Elegance. We have.
Okay. I'll let it finish.
So many charming and responsible ladies and gentlemen here tonight, and I thought certainly that I could not expect the public to come to an affair and pay unless it were done for one or another worthy cause. And I might say that I'm delighted that the Urban League of Greater New York has permitted me to use their fabulous name. We choose a certain organization or a certain charity each year, and after it has been chosen, we work like the Dickens to try to bring in some sort of support. But the evening itself is so lavishly done, there's so much money put into the promotion of the Evening of Elegance that there isn't too much going to the particular charity that has been chosen.
Okay. So yeah, he kind of speaking on like the party side of things and stuff like that. A little more of the bougie side of things a little bit, but he does mention that there is some level of charity happening between and these, you know, get-togethers. But you know, they're there to party, right? So I don't know if anybody had any kind of comments to make about that. Not important.
I mean, I'm just in awe. You know, I'm really starting to see how it's really a subculture in our society. Really, to have that status, to be able to enjoy certain luxuries and resources, is really something that has started from generations. I mean, you see the homes that we're walking into and how they look and how they dress. Those are things that we learn from just our ancestors before us, you know, like, I mean, and we created that space for ourselves too. I mean, it's just amazing to see, because these relationships and these networks that people have built have literally created organizations that probably are still alive today, you know. And I'm thinking like organizations like Jack and Jill, you know, probably were something that started in the space like that.
Okay.
So it's just fascinating.
Yeah. Yeah, that's they definitely made it happen. Let me see, 21. Yeah.
Though other ethnic groups also have their class structures, sensitive Negroes find themselves caught in an awkward dilemma between desires to exercise usual middle-class behavior on the one hand and ever-present reminders of their less fortunate brothers on the other. The soul-searching goes on.
I guess it's clear to see now that the Negro who is truly struggling looks askance at us. They are the upper middle class or the middle class. They don't understand our problems. We don't need them. They're of a dying era. The Roy Wilkins and the Whitney Youngs and a Philip Randolph, possibly. We don't understand, and they don't understand it. I don't know where it's going to lead to. For instance, myself. I'm born and reared in New York, always having been in a kind of a middle-class structure. Never suffered too terribly. Went to integrated schools, got an education in the New York school system, a college education. At 17, I dated white girls. There was some displeasure at it, but I did it, and I had no guilt about it. And for some reason or the other, I never associated myself with the welfare recipient, the unemployed person. And now I realize that these are my people, that I should be able to do something for them or with them. But yet I haven't. So that, I think, is where the guilt comes in. I have empathy for my people, but yet in my middle class value, I still kind of think of them as those people. And I'm aware of it, and I think a lot of people in my particular class, if you will, is aware of it, but we're reluctant. We are just imbued with this white middle-class value where we think white. So I take the position that these people have been denied, and I continue to say these people. Notice that. I continue to say these people. And like I'm not one of them, when in fact I am one of them.
So this is kind of like a reflective type of moment that that my man was having regarding his place in society and being reminded that there is a mirror, there's a other side of blackness in society, especially in New York is where he is, you know. And he recognizes it. He sees it within himself, you know. And he's, and you know, and I think that inspired him to, you know, have this conversation and do, you know, things for the, change things and change ways essentially. But I think it's more of like a reflective thing. It's more of a reflective conversation that he's having with the interviewer, right? So I guess my thing is simply, he at least had the realization that I'm doing something wrong here. My concern is for the dudes that continue to date, you know, them snow bunnies, that they, you know, have this type of realization. They switch it up. That they have conversations with their cousins, with their relatives, it's like that. It's not in that middle class. So that's why I guess that's the concern I'm having. That's the concern I would have for anybody that is, you know, in his position, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Any comments?
I think nowadays people like that, like it's still like that, but people are unaware, like a subconscious thing. And even more so because of things like the Civil Rights Act being passed and everything that came after that, us getting our rights. So it's like, it's more so of a possibility that lower class can get up there, if anything, but those who are still there still look at people like, you know what I'm saying? There's still that disparagement right there.
Yeah.
But it's like, and they don't see it because like you see even like black kids hanging with these white kids and these Republican, with Republican views, and they don't think that race is an issue because they have this group of white friends who they probably don't even know, probably calls them a nigga behind their back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's really sad when you see somebody who's just completely ignorant to reality.
That you saw that Road Trip with Joe movie?
You said Road Trip with Joe?
Mm-hmm. We watched.
Oh yeah, talking about Tyler Perry. Yeah, I saw that. yeah.
And the boy that had those homeboys, those friends of his, those white friends of his.
Yeah.
And then that's the first narrative, you know, that came to my mind when you like talk about, you know, hey, you know, they take a lot of disrespect because they just don't know the history, you know.
Man,
and they're in the place of, you know.
it's even shocking to see that shit in person. Like when I was living in Georgia, like you would just see like those, like the token black in the group. You know what I'm saying? And they go through this, that, and the third, and they think it's all just fun because, you know what I'm saying, like we're all in college, you know what I'm saying, just having fun. But it's like you look at that shit, and I don't know if it's just growing up in Chicago, you know what I'm saying, in CPS, they teach us about black history. Like I learned about black history since preschool, kindergarten, so it's like this is all I knew growing up. So coming out of that, seeing that down south, it's like, how are you unaware? Like you see black people running around, like riding around with trucks with the Confederate flag because that's just the culture. Like America has like people like chopped in the mind sometimes just because they think this group of white people accept them. You know what I'm saying? They think that America is just changed from that, but it's all still the same.
Man, anybody that think like that is a
straight up pure clown.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know, 1,000%, man. And it's you know it's on the older parents, it's on the parents, bro. Like like millennials, we definitely like this is our torch to carry. We are the ones that's supposed to be keeping things kind of on track, and like we're the group. We are the ones. We was the last ones that was outside. We was the last ones outside. We saw the implementation of internet into our lives. Yeah. We was the first ones that we understood the cell phones before our parents did. And and we are supposed to be the bridge between the wisdom that our parents gave us and the hyper technologically advanced Gen Zs and Gen Alphas, you know. And if we fail them, then it's over with, right? Some of us do feel like, you know, the past generation, the boomer generation, kind of failed our generation, and I'm still kind of contending with that. I'm still trying to figure out, okay, what did I learn from them? And I did learn some things when I brainstorm hard enough, you know. But the fact remains is like we can't like to your point, right? We have to pass something down.
You learned a lot. You just probably haven't. I don't had to really think on a more surface level, like mannerisms. You learned the basic foundation of understanding that the respect between Mr. and Ma'am, and you know, on in certain spaces is required and or necessary. It might not even be necessary, but just polite.
You're real far from that microphone. You know
I'm too far. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, but I think you got a lot from the boomer generation. But what I was gonna say in regards to his
well, let me comment on that, Dan. Unless you, I wanted to say, what you do, what you say, and how you behave in person. That's what we got from the past generation.
Yeah.
But yeah, go
ahead. Yes, exactly. Yes. So, but what he was saying, added on to what you mentioned, and referring back to my point earlier, it was his awareness of the empathy that he gained from seeing his own people. Once he took himself out of his comfort zone, his environment that he felt so attached. You know, so attached to.
Embedded in, maybe. Go ahead.
He was able to actually see that there was a need for the things that his own people needed, that he had access to. And I think that when I was saying that you can compare yourself to the 1%, he was able to compare himself to his own people, when that's really how we usually do it when it comes to being in middle class. Like, what do I have that I couldn't get before, or my people couldn't get before, or like my family wasn't able to get? What can I do to get in that position so that I can obtain those things or maintain those things that we already have? Yeah. You know, that's really what it is. Or let me make sure I get this so I don't look a certain way. You know, it's however we push it when it comes to that bougie term, you know, or that middle class term. So he was really diving back into his empathy bag, really saying like, okay, look, I need to do something more, because now I'm here and I'm seeing that I was probably at a disadvantage too in my own comfort zone, being in that upper middle class environment, you know, and completely blind to what was really needed for my own self and my own people, from where I really truly came from, and where my family and my ancestors came from.
Okay. Yeah.
But also, I want to say, like, it's also like like we don't, like we still learning just how far back that mentality goes. Cause like it's still coming out about like the blacks who own slaves. So like that elitist mindset, like that's been bred throughout the years. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these people who live on like the East Coast in Connecticut, vacation in the Hamptons, the black families, that's old money. Like it's just, I'm just saying it's a thing that's just been going on for years, since as long as America's been around.
As I say, it's like a subculture almost, because it's literally been things that have been passed down from generations to generations to generations, whether it's the money, whether it's the lifestyle, whether it's the materialistic things or the assets that have been obtained throughout those lifetimes. Those things still remain in those families. Their legacy still remains, because that's just what was been embedded and instilled in them for generations, just as much as it has been for the white families, where they had to continue the generation of legacy of maintaining the businesses and stuff like that, of corporations and stuff. I mean, we see it all the time. It's just that that's our level of being able to maintain what we have. We have to maintain that small business. We have to maintain that profession of or that, not competition, but the ability to maintain all those degrees and getting them, because you have so many families who make sure that all their children, grandchildren, everybody graduates. Everybody has to. It's necessary. You have a long generation of people who have come from HBCUs and their families, and you know how the fraternities, the bloodlines, they go deep. So it's like it's the standard.
Yeah.
That's for both of y'all, because y'all was both cooking a little bit. All right, keep going.
I take the position now that I should help. I should do what I can. I have begun to protest. I will now picket. I will now speak out with my white counterpart about the injustices that have occurred to my people, when before, say, 15 years ago, I kind of behaved like it didn't exist. But now when I read, when it's brought to the front about housing and about job discrimination, I realize now that this did exist when I was younger, but I was just oblivious to it. I didn't think as a Negro. But now I'm thinking as a Negro. And I think more people in my group are thinking as Negro.
While the gap still exists, there are those from both groups who realize the necessity of bridging it, such as at this candid committee meeting of HARU, Harlem's Anti-Poverty Agency.
All right. So you see how he closed out the conversation, and then we saw that flow into the the group meetings where they are strategizing success for the group, right? And we love to see it.
What are we about to do? What is the plan? Let's get to it.
Yeah.
Even back then, we see they sit down, they strategize, they figure out a plan. That is exactly what we need to continue to always do, and we do.
Yeah, we do that.
We do. But we get members?
Say it again.
Do we get the members? Do we get the followers?
True.
That's what we need. The consistent followers, the consistent people that execute and implement the plan.
Yeah.
Or implement and execute the plan. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of progress made. I think Chicago does I think Chicago's black community definitely does show up. I mean, we have a black mayor. We have a lot of black people in City Hall. We have a lot of black committee members. The programs, the teachers unions, the black people are making themselves seen at the very least, and we are, and with us being in the room, assisting with making the decisions, or at least witnessing the decisions being made, gives us the opportunity to stop bad things from have happening directly to our neighborhoods. Of course, there's some things where certain people could be bad actors and stuff like that. That's that comes with the territory. But at the same time, it's much different than let's say of when they was running highways through our communities. You know what I mean? So I think it's, at the very least there will be an opportunity to stop something abhorrent from happening, or at the very least, if something abhorrent were to happen, we get the 411, as a kind of manifest. But yeah, so yeah, I rock with y'all. That made a lot of sense what you were saying, especially regarding to everybody coming in together, putting their heads together, and making activism happening.
DEI.
Let's see. Okay, so yeah. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Okay. One thing I want to say. So one thing I want to say is this. What do y'all think is the necessary variable? What is the thing that happens to essentially woke, unwoke individual? I mean, black person, if you will.
You said what could be said to wake up someone?
Yeah, we go with that. So let me ask the question again. For the middle class Negro, right? What is going to be necessary to him to convert to where he is within the matrix to becoming woke, right? Like we saw with that one guy.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. You have to take yourself out of your own confirmation bias environment in ways and see what things are outside of what you're used to being in. Like, you have to learn how to have that sense of discernment to know when you are aware of other perspectives and how does that align with your values and morals at the end of the day. Like, those things could change too once you start to see how you can relate to those people with different perspectives.
We can be a little more specific, right? We talking about the perspectives of those individuals that we're trying to assist, right? Especially the people that in this case, the people that was living in the lower end of town, if you will, right? I think so being exposed to that perspective, being exposed to those conversations and those grievances, right, can help that man understand that, you know what, there's something happening here that is outside my comfort zone, and it's actually eating at me because I actually resonate with these people. I kind of think it's just what I just try to tell people is don't just vote for you, don't just vote for your little company, vote for your family, vote for your extended family. You got cousins, you got a relative, you got a granny that's on some sort of a medication that's going to be more difficult for you to access if you vote in the wrong people.
Or vote for the future of your own children.
And then, I mean, it's all of it. All of it. That, and in addition to voting for your children.
Yeah, because there's only so much you can fix for right now, given the time. But, it looking beyond now, because that's what really goes into place with the decisions you make now affect the future.
True.
So it's best to just honestly put your mind there. Because I mean, we did what we did to get to where we are now. We weren't thinking about the future. So grandma and auntie and them dealing with what we did, what was going on right now because of what we did already. Was not enforcing that the future is what matters the most.
Okay. So we finna go into the next segment here. What do you think is?
Wait, hold on.
Oh yeah, I'll go ahead.
I don't really know if there's anything like solid or definitive you could really tell someone of the middle class that would like get them to understand like their actual like their duties as a black person in America. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to remind them of stuff like the Fugitive Slave Act. You know what I'm talking about? Like, where it was legal for slave owners to recapture slaves without any significant proof of them being their slaves. So it's like that led to thousands of people being captured, and they were freed. They had their freedom. They probably had businesses, families. They had all of that stuff, and they had it taken away because of somebody.
They didn't have to prove their freedom. They didn't have proof of it, or they didn't have proof if they were a owner, or proof if they were owned by somebody and weren't legally released or ran away. Then they're not freed anymore or something like that.
Those people they literally had their papers. They stitched their documents into their clothes, and it was still captured and resold into slavery.
Yeah, like honestly, like 12 years a slave was only just the story of one person, but that's as many people who suffered the same fate.
Book of Negroes.
Book of Negroes. You know what I'm saying? Like all it took was for them to take them to some remote plantation in the South, in Mississippi, Alabama, wherever. You know what I'm saying? Like
South Carolina, the Carolinas.
It's so big out there. All it does is you could just take someone out there, just take their jacket with their papers, burn it.
Yeah.
They your slaves now. That's just how easy it was for our freedom to get taken away just like that. So while these people out here, don't get me wrong, enjoy the fruits of your labor. Enjoy, like if you were born into it, enjoy it. But understand that it could just be taken away because, while times have changed, ain't much have changed that much when they can just say that someone killed themselves by suicide, but the whole time it was a homicide. A lynching. For real.
Oh yeah. There's a whole story about that one the other day.
Why are we still dealing with that? Like, that is insane.
It's 2026. Why are we still dealing with that?
100 years later. 400, 500.
And what kills me is some of the people that share the views of the people we're going to be talking about in a couple of seconds is those that actually deny that reality, that deny what happened to that girl. They saw we waiting on what happened. We waiting on the police reports of the
in Ghana.
Of that,
that
girl? We talking about the same girl?
Is it the one that went to Africa?
With that man.
With her fiance. Yeah.
He didn't want to pay to get her body.
He don't want to pay to get her body shit back here.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that either.
He a millionaire. He want to pay no money to get her body shit back.
Everybody.
That's pretty much. I don't want to get caught. I don't want y'all to see what happened under U.S. forensic systems.
Like that. Then I feel like that's an admission of guilt because your girlfriend, that's your girlfriend, died with, like, she was with you
in your possession,
and you can't do her family the favor of having her body shipped back home.
And right after a fight, right after a recorded fight,
argument. Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like that's an admission of guilt.
Couples argue. Things can get messy. I can't be that biased to say just because they were, But if I want to be real, like I would say, he is the main suspect in any type of
she recorded it.
Case.
She recorded it.
And I'm talking the with the what's the word? Witnesses. There was witnesses.
It was witnesses that recorded it.
But he's not getting tried. They're not gonna hold any type of. Nothing's gonna happen for real. So for these people to just give them the dollars and
that is really sad, and that's really a disadvantage of not having money too, and being stuck in a middle class situation. The government and the justice system is messed up because money talks.
Money definitely talks. All over the world. It's not just an American thing. It's all over the world. Money talks.
Yeah, for sure. But I know we ain't gonna talk about that. I know how you is about the double dating conversation, so I'm gonna stay off of that. But Joseph aside though, going to like the next section here, we will take a look at what it will look like for that middle class to keep on the trajectory that they're going on without having those variables, without having these conversations, without them taking a second to think about the people around them, and considering the people around them that they grew up with, the people that they're supposed to be, the people, the granny and the grandpa that they're supposed to love. Instead, they forego all of that and go on a narrow path towards unadulterated success. This is the possible future for those folks.
Okay.
That was this clip of Nick Cannon.
And I gotta say this, courtesy of Roland Martin. We appreciate you over here, Roland.
And interviewing MAGA lover Amber Rose.
Part of the Republican Party.
That's right. Former Democrat, former liberal. Yeah. I was a liberal Democrat my whole life.
Is that because the bag has got so intense and so heavy that you had a whole nother, you up there with the elite now? Or?
Not even close, not even close. Democrats don't care about black people. Okay, and they don't care about people, they don't care about people of color. And the Republicans do, and that's the misconception.
And you know what? I agree with you 100%.
Thank you,
people don't know that the Democrats Democrats is the party of the KKK.
Yep.
People don't know that the Republicans are the party that freed the slaves.
Yep.
I mean, both of you and I have some conservative views. You just a little bit more outspoken about it than I am. And I honestly, I don't subscribe to either party. I rock with W.E.B. Du Bois when he said there's no such thing as two parties. It's just one evil party with two different names. So
yeah, I mean, look, I listen, I'm not married to any party.
Right.
I voted for Donald Trump because we had two options, and he was definitely by far the better option for us. And as of now, I agree with a lot of things that he's doing.
Cleaning house.
Yeah.
He doing what he said he was going to do.
Guess what? If there's a time where I don't agree, I'll say I don't agree.
Okay. I'm gonna say right now, when a conservative says that they don't do this is the lesser of two options or the lesser evil two options, what they mean is they want somebody that tax them even less. So yeah. But any kind of comments or what y'all kind of got? What was y'all initial reaction? You got a lot to. What's some initial reactions when this first came out? You know, where y'all kind of go with this?
We had a discussion already, so I'm gonna let him say what he got to say because I already know what he gonna say, and just let's talk about it.
All right, I can put you in. I'm just playing.
I'm sorry.
All right, what you got, Jay?
I mean, like, when it comes to like American politics, it's crazy for them to like just sit up and try to run down those facts. Like,
cause how?
It just hits it just ticks all the boxes. Like, the Republicans was the party that freed the slaves, and the Democrats. I mean, this is why honest American history needs to be taught in the school, because yes, it was. Yes, the Republicans did free the slaves. The Democrats wanted to hold them back, but there was a political shift. There was a shift in principles and everything, basically, like in the 60s, where it's like the Democratic Party was the ones who wanted to get behind black people, and then the Republicans wanted to keep the American tradition
the same
as it was. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they both evil. Honestly, like I be tongue tied. I be stuck when it comes to stuff like this sometimes, because it's like ain't no real way I could word it. Like John F. Kennedy, I feel like he only did what he did for black people because he wanted our support. He wanted our votes.
Oh, that's politics, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, politics is what it is at the end of the day. Like, they just want the numbers, and they know that we hold them like the best. We have the most power out here, for real, next to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have the strongest voting power. We have the most money out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why they want our dollars. They want our votes. They want us. That's why the Republicans want us now. They don't care about us. They just want people who think like them on their side. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that's why I say once Donald Trump is gone, MAGA needs to be flushed out of their system, because, like, honestly,
out of the political system.
Yeah, out of the political system, because it's just gonna keep people like on that bold tip. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like they feel like they could just keep those immigrants out of. I mean, we do have things that we need for ourselves in this country. You know what I'm saying? We need resources for things that's going on here. We can't just be expending ourselves to the world, because then what leaves us? What do we have here? But at the same time, we can't just be shut off to the world like on some xenophobic type shit.
Yeah, literally.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hate anybody from no other country that wants to come over here and make a better life for themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's just like not everybody has the resources to go about it the right way. So honestly, we need to work with them. We don't need to be hating them. You know what I'm saying? Leading with hate. We don't need to lead with hate. But that's what they want to do.
Honestly, I feel like as far as what we vote for, it's almost like who's the lesser evil, you know, in this climate of today. And they MAGA followers define their sense of evil when it comes to who they support. I know for sure that their mindset of what evil means, or what bad, or those terms that they always use, disgusting and just all of those horrid things that they continue to say are really things that they are projecting on amongst onto others, because it's really them that have that disgusting behavior. It's really them that gives off that horrid energy, and the vile behavior is always, like he said, so bold. How are you that bold being that hateful, and you don't even hear your own hate? You just think that's something that you're just entitled to because you were born here. Well, it's a lot of people that were born here who still don't have those resources, just like you are fighting for, yes. However, but who are you to say that you are any better than somebody else that just comes here? Yeah. Like we were stolen. Like our people were stolen, and some of us were actually, our lands were stolen. So I mean, what are we really entitled to as people, for real? Like, I feel like the only thing we're really entitled to is to help one another.
So I'm with it. The only thing I would how do I put this? Regarding what they have said, it's 100% like we need to be just focused on the less of two evils, right? Mm-hmm. We also have to, before we come to that conclusion, come to that understanding, we also have to pick a side, unfortunately, because picking a side dictates what good and bad means. Mm-hmm. Donald Trump would tell us everything is good that he does is good, and for him, he's right, because he's how much more money he's made since becoming president, how much
and that's
how much money his kids
that's how he justifies it.
His pockets is swollen.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying his pockets are swollen. My bad, I wasn't trying to cut you off.
He how much money his kids made since becoming president again. Mm-hmm. It's like and then pulling all these strings, and what's the word? These exonerations for these white collar criminals and stuff like that. That it's all over the place. It's actually nutty. Regarding now, I got a response to what he said, just to for in case there's just confusion out there. What Nick Cannon stays there is a lot of what we see pimps do. Okay. I like to just throw this kind of comparison out there. A pimp will tell whomever just enough truth to get them to do exactly what they need them to do. Nick Cannon, I want to say this first before I get into my bigger position. There's a difference between ignorant, and there's a difference between there's a difference between ignorant and being, let's say, knowing everything but still committing to the mistakes that an ignorant person will make. Mm-hmm. Saying the things, being as dumb as an ignorant person is, but you know the truth. Mm-hmm. Nick Cannon gave us just enough truth to an audience of millions of people for a very intended purpose. At least in my opinion. Some people say, "Oh no, he's the one to entertain Amber Rose." You need to understand how strong your voice, how powerful your voice is. And he went to Harvard. He literally, I think he went to Ivy League. He graduated in 2020, I believe.
I thought he went to Howard.
Say it again.
I thought it was Howard.
Howard, yeah.
That's an HBCU. I have to say it's not the Ivy League, because it is the Ivy League of HBCUs.
That's even worse than HBCU. So yeah.
I thought he went to Howard though. He went to Howard, and I think he graduated from Howard a few years ago. So
2020,
yeah, that wasn't that long ago, and
he said no. Is the point I'm making, right? He said he has no excuse to say, "Oh yeah, the Republicans freed the slaves," and that's it, and end of discussion.
Yeah, he should know a little bit more better than that, And I feel like there's some type of anguish or angst in his heart because of how he almost just got canceled for having all these broken families. So.
Okay. That's fine.
I really think he's just, those type of people are anti for some reason, and it's always like, let me be anti with the masses, and they like to have that combative spirit. So I really don't think his support with Trump is really even that deep in regards to having anything to do with finances. I really just think it's just an anti thing.
Anti-Democrats.
Literally anti-Democrats, anti anybody who's part of anything, right? Because it's like an angry thing. It's like if it's a whole different Kanye situation thing. Like,
Okay. So
and that's why Amber Rose is on the same train. She's just anti. They got that same ugh.
Okay.
So I just looked up. So like, you know how presidents usually make like 400,000 a year, right?
Yeah.
Each term they would make about 1.2, 1.4 mil, right? So since Trump been president,
Oh, don't piss me off. That man got
3 to 4 billion.
Oh,
Isn't that amazing?
No, just since he been reelected.
But
Yeah,
still,
like
that's
1 year.
crazy.
Insane.
That's in 1 year. Like,
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So, yep. So, but yeah, I receive what you're saying. I think, cause where I'm going at with is that, again, just like the pimp needs to tell the audience or tell whom he's talking to just enough information to get them to do what he needs them to do. He's gonna tell black people, oh yeah, the Republicans free the slaves, all the Democrats are the racists, and y'all need to like get off that. Y'all need to exonerate Republicans of the racism that y'all are charging them with, because the Democrats are just the same, if not worse, quote unquote. And once they do that and start voting, either not voting at all, right, or voting Republican, then that's gonna meet his bottom dollar, That's where I'm coming from with that. But yeah, I mean, I still receive what you're saying regarding I can't stand the damn Democrats, and we see that a lot, you know what I mean. But giving him that, I would just say that would be, I don't know how to put this. That would be like a more like emotional type of argument that he would appeal to, and he probably would appeal to that, But I think that's giving him an out. I think that's just giving him too much of a pass. Okay, I understand he's just emotional. He's just mad about the Democrats, but maybe we just like talk to him a little bit, and we can coach him out of it, right?
No, you're right. You're totally right. Those are very important facts, because he is a person that has a very large platform, and everything he says has influence. So you're right. That's poison what he just said, and it can cause a reaction beyond a large mass of people. So you're right. You're totally right.
I want to say this as well. There's also, I mean, I think you'll be aware of this as well. This perspective as well. It's not about intent. A lot of the times, intent does matter. Mm-hmm. And I'm definitely a person of intention. Intent, but sometimes it's the effect, right?
Impact.
Thank you. It's the impact.
Yeah.
And the impact is extremely severe.
Yeah.
This impact is stripping women of their bodily autonomy. You know what I'm saying? This impact is the one big beautiful bill. I have people I'm talking to that work literally in what is that? The response centers, the people that you call when you need some sort of assistance from the government and stuff like that. Like the people you will call for like the checks and stuff, the government assistance and stuff like that. People are getting their lights shut off, their gas cut off. All these things are bad. All these bad things are happening to them because these are cuts we're dealing with. We are going to be dealing with a severe fallback and support for our local hospitals and dentist office and clinics and stuff like that, because so many of these hospitals are relying on the Medicaid payments to keep functioning. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Me and Jay Rashid was talking about this like last year, I believe. It's gonna come to a point where there's gonna be a hospital desert.
Yeah.
In the hood. And the only thing they seem to be talking about it on the Congress floor is, we gotta do something for the rurals. We gotta do something for the rural areas, because they, it's gonna get bad for them. Mm-hmm. There's so much to say, but the fact of the matter is, I can't give him the benefit of the doubt. I just can't. No. And everybody like him, I can't give them the benefit. I cannot give them the benefit of the doubt either. They are trading the livelihood of the individuals that are very close to the bottom wealth share in America for a damn paycheck, for a tax cut.
Yeah, what Trump just said not too long ago. I can't worry about daycares and funny daycares. Yeah. I got a water fund.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah. I don't have time to worry about the kids in my own country. I really gotta make sure I bomb and kill the other kids in other
So he gonna kill them
countries.
kids, and then he gonna kill our kids.
I mean, literally, he like, I don't give it. Fuck these kids.
Basically,
isn't that amazing?
He say that's a state issue. Y'all deal with that.
That's literally all he's saying. Like, and everybody else too. They mamas too. Shit, yeah. If they there.
As far as Amber Rose, I'm just gonna say she's a dumb. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
Who?
I said as far as Amber Rose.
I heard what you said.
Okay, yeah. All right, and then we ain't gotta talk about Chili. I was about to talk about Chili, but okay, let's real quick. What y'all think about the Chili thing? We ain't gotta talk about Chili too much.
She bombed herself. She did it to herself. I'm so sorry, T-Boz. We love you. We love you. And honestly, she ain't have to do you like that. She did her dirty. She knew damn well she cannot just leave a paper trail of anything that has to do with the government and think she can just get away with it. Yeah. And then play dumb. I would rather her have say, you know what, the first time, I would have had her say, you know what, I did do that. What I thought he was doing, like a whole Tucker Carlson situation. What I thought he was doing, it wasn't happening. You know what I wanted to happen for my people wasn't aligning with what he's participating in right now. She could have flipped that. PR team could have got to work. How she's just taking accountability, but she sat there and tried to play it off like, I don't know what's going on. What y'all talking about?
I just hit the button on accident.
I really
right
just like,
I reshared it.
Man, you know, you knew what happened.
You click donate.
You saw what like that is a very serious act. You know, to contribute to continuously, not just one time. You don't click on things, in one time and pay for it. Maybe you can, let's give her the senile approach. But really, it was something that she did repeatedly, like repetitively. She just did it multiple times. It's a strip of transactions, a script of transactions that she did to contribute to this man's campaign. Or whatever thing that he had going on, whatever it was. It's always a little click to something. She went to the website.
She did go to the website.
She was interested. And she paid for something multiple times. She like, well, shit, I'm just pay for it.
Yeah.
Whatever the case is, however the amount is, I don't know.
We got the amount right. We got the amount right. The amounts right.
I'm just down with the team. That's even worse. She didn't even do it for one consistent thing. Like that is a slap in the goddamn face. That's a slap in the face. We know she's with the Boy Meets World, and and it's kind of like, okay, we was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, that it wasn't going to be something that you would just try to play up to, but maybe she is trying to play into it, and it is something that's part of her, and it's who she is, like, I don't know. There's nothing wrong with interracial dating. However, I'm not going to put that out there. There's nothing wrong with that because I have that in my own family, but I feel as though she knows that she has that going on, and then to sit there and deny it, like you almost representing like, okay, maybe he is Republican too, and maybe this is something that we got going on together. It's like you speaking for both of y'all, low key, and for the entire group of TLC. Like, girl, you messed up. Everybody, what's it? Invo, all of them are messed up because of her.
Yeah.
Big time. And you're not being hyperbolic at all. Like, when you say they messed up, they are messed up. The ticket sales have plummeted because of this came out.
And they never know how severe their choices are when making the decision to support this man. They never know how deep it is. Pure example. Right here.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, shit. My opinion about Chili, like, I haven't really been like a fan of Chili like in a while. Not to say that I have anything against her, but I mean, I don't know, it just kind of fell out of interest, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, who she votes for is neither here nor there, but it's like, for that to come out like that and then you deny it, it's
don't deny it.
You ain't accepting responsibility. If you voted for Trump, then own it.
Right.
Own
we would
it.
have supported you still. Like, okay, cool.
I wouldn't have.
No, but you, I'm speaking for the masses of people of who really don't care about,
I'm still listening to TLC.
I'm gonna cut you off right now. And I don't do this, but I'm fired up. I'm very fired up right during this political season. Anybody, any celebrity, any peon, pawn, bishop, rook, you
That's
name
a
it.
big word.
You know what I'm trying to say? any of these people that speak up on the behalf of Republicans, I am coming for that ass. All right,
I hear
we
you.
are going to debates.
No,
because the last thing I need is for the people I love to have a more difficult life because you are making individualistic decisions.
Foot to the neck. You ain't wrong.
Go ahead, Jay.
Now I was just gonna say, like, when it comes to protecting your brand, it's always best to remain apolitical, like, because you don't want to ever divide your fans. You know what I'm saying? Like,
publicly.
I don't even really. I hate to even bring him up, but Hulk Hogan is a good example because he had a brand that was supposed to be for everyone, black and white.
America.
It's supposed to be America. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Everybody.
Whole time, yeah, that's facts.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as he aligned with Trump, you know what I'm saying? As soon as he came out with that endorsement, ripped his shirt and seen that Trump shirt underneath, it's like, bruh, like, why? Yeah. Like, we already, like, it's like people was already trying to get past the racist shit you said.
Right. We saw it on TV.
We was already trying to get past that. So
I gotta say, right? I'm so sorry, man. Then we saw this dude talk about he started playing that Jeezy.
Oh my goodness!
You didn't see that clip?
I ain't see that.
He rapped the whole song. He rapped that whole damn song. He said, "Cause I love it." Cause how do you say it? You got the Hulk Hogan voice down. I got fun for this hoe.
Hulk Hogan was singing.
He was
I
singing
love it
because I love it. Yeah, boy.
I'm not gonna do the impression.
Nah, I don't even.
I gotta see this shit. Like, hold on.
Go
what?
ahead, man. I'll give you 15. You little 5. But dang, I lost my train. Wait, yeah, I'm not sure.
We talking about Chile though, like as far as these transactions.
Well, yeah, I mean,
you know.
But so let me just go into this then. So yeah, regarding everything you're saying regarding you know that line that paper trail. Chile, real name Rosanna Thomas, right?
Mm-hmm.
All these transactions happen in Georgia. We know where she stay, you know. So all that kind of checks out. Year 2024 on down, all within the same between the April and November.
Of last year, I can't see the dates.
Of 24.
Oh, wow.
Election time.
24, okay.
Election time.
Wow.
Win red. 4 transactions to win red. Trump National Committee. Win red is a what's the word? A pack that is. I'm sure I will win red.
But she got to clicking on his page for all these little things. It's looking like she's like, oh, I'm gonna donate to this one, and then I'm gonna donate to that one.
So Win Red is actually Win Red, the leader, the hold on. Yeah, the company owner of Win Red actually got a weird allegation going on. You know what I'm saying? Like elder fraud involving recurring donations. You know what I'm saying? And I heard about this too.
And that's why her money got tied up into that too. Goofy.
So, but these she got 2 recurring payments with them for $31. Another one for $3.50. But we got another one for the Trump National Committee, $100. Never Surrender, another Trump affiliated PAC. More for Trump National Committee. Another one for Never Surrender, Win Red, Never Surrender, Win Red, etc. So no, she was busy. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
She was better off saying, "Well, somebody had my card."
Better blame it on fraud.
They would have traced that IP address real fast.
She talking about she trying to throw money at the Veterans Way, and no, you don't. That time is a little bit too off for you to be trying to donate to some veterans. You just come on now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we know she was trying to save face.
Donate to veterans.
It's 1,000 other veteran organizations you could donate that ain't got nothing to do with Donald Trump if you're trying to support the veterans.
Right. So, but otherwise, so we giving Chile a lock? We giving Chile one of these, right? We getting Amber Rose.
Boo.
Giving Nick Cannon.
Boo.
Okay, what? Here's one.
Nick Cannon get 2 thumbs down because he a pure clown.
Per household.
Every household that he's fathered.
Gotcha. What about 50?
Oh.
Because he goes into what you were saying regarding like keeping things apolitical as you can, but he kind of been dropping little hints.
I think he supports Trump. A lot of New Yorkers, honestly, bro, love Trump, and they won't.
New Yorkers.
New York. Donald Trump has been a fucking person. He's been in New York all his life. A lot of people in New York love Donald Trump, and I'm not trying to say that. Is New York a blues?
New York is very blue,
It's
extremely
very-
blue.
Yeah, well, a lot of people in New York City love Donald Trump.
The rich folks, I imagine.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
NYC though.
NYC is, you know what I'm saying? Like that's that's
Oh,
that's
okay,
Trump's,
okay, true.
That's Trump's hot spot.
And it's a lot of money, people. It's a money game. So I really feel like he plays a favor into those who are into media and money.
Yeah.
It's not just one or the other. And 50 is big on both.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like they both have the same type of character when it comes to how they handle themselves in the media, and as far as money, as far as businessmen too.
Yeah.
So it really something that he can really align with. That's why I was like, I can play into how people will support him in regards to that, But if you're not making that same money, you gotta have money and media align with him for it to make sense. If it does not align, it does not make sense to me.
Yeah.
Because what are you doing? You ain't got no money from this, but we know 50 has a lot to maintain. He has a few empires going on.
Yeah.
1,000%. All right, so what we giving 50 then?
I fuck with 50. I feel like 50 hold people accountable, including himself. So he's not the type of person to hide behind his twiddling, his Twitter fingers.
All right.
I'll give 50 a thumbs down for other shit he done did and said before, cause he
didn't support Mamdani. I'll tell you that much. If y'all like Mamdani,
you say he didn't support Mamdani.
He don't support Mamdani at all. Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm not really messing with him as far as his politics, but I like that he knows how to speak up and take accountability. I'm big on accountability.
So thumbs down for politics, but thumbs up for
accountability. Accountability stands. I believe in strong men. Okay, in America. Okay, it's hard to be outspoken. It's hard to be somebody who can put they thoughts out there and be opinionated. So
we're gonna get clarity. We're gonna give one of these then.
No, you ain't gotta give no favoritism because of what I say.
That's what most people have, man.
That's just you ain't have to play favoritism to what I'm saying. But here's the thing though, like that 50 does say some foul things and he does go off the record and he can't be a better father. We already know that. Like he personally, no, he's not my friend. I would not be his friend. But as a businessman.
It's easy to be a good businessman. We got a lot of money. All right, well, go ahead, Jay.
See, I feel like with being a Republican, being a businessman, you benefit from that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This is a lot of what you just said. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these rappers who own businesses, they're low-key Republicans. They just
making millions. I'm sorry, making millions. You can't be You can't
be part of that and you're not making the same money.
You a thousandaire and working. You can't be no thousandaire.
You can't be like no, man, I ain't gonna try.
I don't care how many of them 6 figures you make. Any of them 6 figures is not working for me. Okay, it's not working for Trump.
You can't be a 5-figure earner, a rapper.
A 6-figure rapper that's not gonna work out.
6 figure, not 6 figure either.
No, hell no. To the no.
You can't be hell no.
You gotta be a millionaire.
You gotta be invested
to have these millionaire conversations.
Being a rapper, being just a rapper, you're not gonna be a millionaire.
No.
So you got to be invested in businesses. Like you got to take the route that 50 took, or Jay-Z, or I don't even want to talk about the other nigga, but you know who I'm talking about, the man who shall not be named. Bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I'm saying. But you got to take. You got to take. Thank you. You got to take. You know what I'm saying. Business. You got to take the business route. You can't just stay in one lane as being a rapper, because just being a performer. Like, you have to look at the bigger picture. You have to be owning the venues if you're gonna just be performing. At least own the venue. You gotta have your hand on the pot. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be getting paid what they choose to pay you. You gonna stay in that little circle, and that's one thing that a lot of people who aspire to join the entertainment business, they fail to realize it. You know what I'm saying? We all just want to express our art, but you have to own some shit for real to make the money that you want to make.
Okay.
And,
go ahead.
No, my bad. I was just gonna say, and being a Republican, sometimes people get disillusioned and feel like that could help them. They see that as a way of getting up. You know what I'm saying? Like I would say that would be the situation for Kodak. I don't know if he's necessarily a Republican, but he loved Donald Trump.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like a lot of people they jump on that train because they feel like they have to be on that right side of history.
I really feel like it's more of an ignorant level to that too, you know. But it's something I can really understand on that surface level. I'm like, okay, I get why you made that choice. Yeah. However, does it fully serve you? Yeah. Does it fully accommodate the fortune that you truly trying to lock in?
Yeah. Understood. The reason I do not agree, all right, is because for the simple reason that, and this is more on the extreme side, 1,000%, but we are definitely in extreme times right now, in my humble opinion. The reason I think company owners need to be more customer first is because if the customers are not doing right, what makes you think we're gonna be spending money with you?
No, that's a good.
Especially if you're an entertainer, you are not the priority number one when it comes to our cash. Mm-hmm. When it comes, well, we looking at Chili. Chili's is I wanted, you know, I want as much as I want to throw her under the bus. She's the perfect example for this. Though when we found out that she MAGA, you know what I'm saying, those ticket prices dropped, and this is what I think. This is why I think this happened. There's gonna be an element of anger there, right? Because you know, much like some other artists, they, how do I put this? Yeah, much like other artists, whom audience is primarily Democrat voters, you know. So hers, and if they are politically savvy, politically activated, they'll know how much Trump has like hurt themselves and hurt their family, and also what it could mean for our livelihood going forward. You know, like if they listen to the Chicago Black Delegation podcast, they'll have a whole bunch of reasons not to like that guy just from listening to this conversation alone. So they're gonna be like, okay, you know what? I got these tickets that I thought about buying, but you know what? I have to choose between these tickets and this steak or whatever, or just whatever's kind of going on. And since this woman is the reason, or you know, she's a part of the reason why I'm gonna have a harder life, I might as well choose these other things over entertain myself with somebody I don't even like that anymore. You know. Yeah. So if these rappers and all these other entertainers are gonna continue to, I mean, yeah, being apolitical is definitely a very safe option, 1,000%. But if they're gonna continue to be outwardly MAGA, if they're gonna say it with their chest essentially, or even to be subversive with it, I mean, sneaky with it, there's gonna be consequence for that. Yeah. And it's gonna fall on us, and then we're gonna make sure that consequence falls back on them. So I get what you're saying. It's good for business to vote for the party that's gonna give you them tax incentives and all that great stuff. At the same time, if the people that feed you can't feed themselves, what makes you think they're gonna continue to feed you? Feel me?
True, and you really are speaking of actually what is the next step going forward and how we hold them accountable as a whole. You know, like, are we accepting that by continuing to support them? Or are we holding them accountable by defunding their causes and their livelihoods? And that's what we need to do, is what you're saying. Basically, hold each other accountable as a unit, as one, to not continue to contribute to these people in their livelihood. Because that's only pushing forward their message and allowing them to feel like what they're doing is comfortable, like their people, like their fans and their supporters are condoning it, so whatever I'm doing is okay. And no, it's not. So we do have to draw the line and really put our foot down. And that's the just like how we came in with Target and stuff like that. Those are the things that we need to do in order to be able to get our message across as a whole. We are not going to continue to participate in these concerts and these or events, these costly events, or these things that allow you to go forward and contribute to your family when you continuously discredit us and the laws that will help feed ours.
Yeah, everybody, all you rappers are targets.
We got to fight the powers that be.
All you rappers are targets.
We got to fight the powers that be.
Right, let's end that conversation. I was just drop a whole bunch of rappers, and then I was gonna hit your head with headbuttons. But then that's what's gonna be for real. Then I kind of thought about it. I'm like, okay, if I say for real, I gotta say Ye, and I gotta say Jay-Z. Then I gotta, so never mind.
Well, it's so many of them.
It's yeah. I think Jay, he was on like.
We got Waka Flocka, like he has so many supporters right now.
Yeah.
Out loud saying that's what they're going with, and we know why. But and you're right. We have to hold them accountable. We have to stop participating because they are creating an impact that is dangerous to our futures. Our children's futures. Like, we not thinking ahead, we only thinking for now.
No, that is what I wanted to say too. It's one thing that they making the right decisions for themselves, but are they also making the right decisions for their extended families? You know, because they want to forget about we hear all the time like, oh man,
No, because everybody taken care of. They got it. You know what I'm saying? My people good. You know, that's their thing. My people good. We straight. We taken care of. Right. Your people, the people you take care of, the people that's on your back, living off your money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they good. They cool. But what are they creating for their own families? That's just not just your family. They have families too. So what are they doing? What are they teaching their own families? And how are you able to outreach or reach that far? It's only so much you can do. And how are you creating that longevity for everybody else or for your generations if you spreading it out this way still? Like, you can't even contain it. Like, I say give those nuggets and still allow people to grow. But I know we got to move on. I'm still talking, running my mouth.
You're all good. Let's see here. So yeah, this next one, we're going to try to make the other one snappy. I mean, it's okay that we have a good long conversation. I have a new strategy when it comes to extended conversations. We had a whole segment we were just talking about celebrities, so I can just kind of put that section in its own video.
Yeah.
And then have people click. You'll see how it kind of work out.
Nice.
But yeah, these next ones we can kind of like, hey, what do you kind of think? Okay, and then we'll kind of come to a consensus. Is it good? Is it bad? I'm thinking about I'm trying to figure out how to work these buttons in these comments. I like how I just start judging people and shit like that. Put them in jail. That was fun.
hey, press a little more. You know, don't be.
Yeah, I thought about too, because this is what I'm kind of thinking too, and I apologize, y'all. Don't you know how when you text message somebody and then they say something like funny or whatever, and you leave a little laugh emoji at the end of the message? I want to start I'm thinking like, man, how is that? Maybe that's the mentality I should kind of kind of implement in. Obviously, I can't throw it after every sentence I speak. You know what I'm saying? I've kind of got to think of it. I don't know. It's an idea to kind of.
You can edit it in, yeah.
And what in the edit? That's another part. You know, that's another element to it.
Yeah.
Okay. We talking about SPLC stuff.
I gotta take a phone call.
Oh yeah, go for it.
How do I do that? And am I recording right now?
Huh?
We recording right now, right?
Yeah, we live.
All right.
What you trying to take a phone call? You can take a phone call.
All right, I'll be right back.
Huh? Oh yeah. Okay. Nobody in the chat, but excuse me. Screenshot soon, please. You ain't got.
I don't believe I'm gonna die from spitting on a piece of ice. I don't believe I'm gonna die because I got a bad heart. I don't believe I'm gonna won't die because of lung cancer. I believe that I'm going to be able to die what I was just the thing that I was born for. I believe that I'm going to be able to die high off the people. I believe that I will be able to die as a revolutionary in the international revolutionary protest struggle.
I believe that the white man has done a great injustice to the black man in this country by having kidnapped our people and brought us here and down to the level that we're on today. And today, instead of approaching the factors that their original mistake has created, instead of approaching these factors...
Shoot, 87, one of those.
Back reach. I'll take that as yes. All right. We talking about the SPLC drama. Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chicago Black Delegation Podcast. I'm your host, HT, aka High Thinking. You're watching the Delegation Discussion. And I'm joined today with my co-host today of the day. Say what up.
What's going on, y'all?
All right.
Hey.
I was about to hit the button on y'all. I need some energy.
You right. Let's go. I'm up.
All right.
I was confused. I didn't know if I was going to do a whole introduction like my whole name, or we always just saying hi. Hey, guys.
I zoned out with that. Are we on with the camera?
I need one of these.
We got to fight the powers that be.
Give me this.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Jokes aside, today we talking about this whole SPLC drama. You know what I'm saying? It's just very political up in this piece. It's like the folks that was supposed to be on our side, right? That's what been fighting the racism and all that stuff. Trying to find out they've been funding on the back end, or so it seems. That's what Capital said, at least. My question, y'all, and I'm making this up like literally right now. What do y'all, when it comes to COINTELPRO, if the COINTELPRO is being enacted on, no. Here's a real question. Is it good to perform illegal acts to take down extremist groups, like such as the Ku Klux Klan?
That's like Antifa type, is what you're saying. Like, is it okay
to perform illegal acts to take down
or
an evil
like,
organization?
Yeah. You talking about like
okay
the KK, not the KKK, the Black Panther against the KKK situation.
Well, I'm just saying.
No,
I'm just saying.
okay.
I said. I'm not talking about when COINTELPRO enacted its actions against the Black Panther Party. I'm talking about when individuals. When organizations commit to, again, unlawful acts to take down groups such as the Proud Boys, groups such as the Klan, and groups such as other type of Nazi organizations. You got no comment? What's up?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I mean, okay. Do I feel like it's okay? I mean, we're talking about white supremacist organizations, so I would say, shit, yeah, go ahead, do what you got to do. Work around the law to take down those white supremacists. Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, right. They did it to us.
What is the KKK? And they're extremist group. What are the Proud Boys, right? So, I mean, what they say, fight crazy but crazy. I mean, I'm not saying be completely violent, no, but
White collar crimes.
white collar crime. I'm not about to promote no scammers.
We not.
Okay.
We're not promoting any type of any new activity. YouTube, you relax.
Okay, so the only way my thing is to beat them is to beat them sometime, and I try to put myself in a positive light and put myself in those spaces too, versus putting myself in a space where I know I can endanger myself in my life and in my families too. So I don't necessarily say that would be my choice, but I understand the program.
Okay. All right. That's why I need King Savage out here. King Savage was hell yeah, that would have did that shit.
Because I mean, I have to play the fine line of understanding how we gonna build that bridge of knowing where we need to collide and come together. So yes, I could be as militant. Because what was the Black Panther Party? I mean, what was it? What were we talking about? We came with the same metal. You come on us, we gonna come on you. Like
Black Panther Party was serving pancakes, okay?
Well, we were serving pancakes and providing lunches and stuff like that. Yes, true. We were in very vital parts of our communities. However, the point of the purpose was if you step into these places with that type of energy, we will defend and arm ourselves. So
and give you pancakes.
So and feed you while we hold our guns.
So today. So today we talking about Capital commend to charging the SPLC, the Southern Poverty Law Center, with a lot of things. It's kind of quite a long. It's like 14 pages of like allegations and stuff like that. That's putting this essentially saying that they putting money into the hands of the wrong group. You know what I'm saying? Into the group that they supposed to be attacking. So I'm gonna let the man speak for himself. Let's see how he actually explains it.
What we're here today is to announce what the general just told you. The Southern Poverty Law Center, in a massive, sweeping indictment, has been charged with allegations of fraud and using the banking system to perpetrate that fraud. I just want to talk about a couple of brief things here. The Southern Poverty Law Center themselves advertise to raise money to dismantle violent extremist groups for a period of at least a decade. They use their donor network to raise money to purportedly dismantle violent extremist groups. However, the SPLC, the Southern Poverty Law Center, used the money they raised from their donor network to actually pay the leadership of these very groups. I just want to say that again. They used the fraudulently raised money by lying to their donor network, thousands of Americans, to go ahead and actually pay the leadership of these supposed violent extremist groups.
Isn't that amazing?
The groups, as the general laid out, include the Ku Klux Klan, the United Klans of America, Unite to Right, National Alliance, the National Socialist Movement, the Aryan Nation Motorcycle Club, and the National Socialist Party of America, and also the American Front. In at least one of these matters, our investigation revealed that funds were used to facilitate the commission of further state and federal offenses, totaling over $3 million. Furthermore, our investigation revealed that the Southern Poverty Law Center, on top of perpetuating this widespread, decade-long, multi-million-dollar fraud, conducted more criminal activity. They attempted to hide their criminal activity from our financial banking network. They set up shell companies and entities around America so that the financial institutions that we rely on as everyday Americans were deceived in believing that money was not coming from the Southern Poverty Law Center in the perpetration of this scheme and fraud, but rather fictitious entities they stood up to perpetuate this ongoing fraud. This is a serious and egregious violation of a group that purported to dismantle violent extremist groups, but in turn actually only fueled the hatred. This is an important case brought by President Trump's administration. We're thankful to the president for his leadership and funding of not just the FBI and DOJ, but his commitment to go out there and wipe out fraud and conspiracy and waste and abuse wherever it occurs, including the Southern Poverty Law Center. Even though this money was made to appear to be coming from legitimate people and legitimate entities, we at the FBI, with our great partners at the Department of Justice and in the state of Alabama, were able to comb through a decade worth of material, a scheme that took a decade to build, so that we were able to follow the money, because money never lies, and they got caught. As the Attorney General said, these charges are varying, they are widespread and wide-ranging, and this investigation is very much ongoing. Today, we're here to announce the charges of the Southern Poverty Law Center, and this investigation and the individuals who are responsible will be brought to justice. Thank you, General.
As the indictment describes, the SPLC was not dismantling these groups. It was instead manufacturing the extremism it purports to oppose by paying sources to stoke racial hatred.
He's pretty much going to repeat what he said for the most part. Okay. Do we have any thoughts so far? You need me to get the party started? What y'all think?
I really want to look more into it, because like just hearing that out of Kash Patel's mouth doesn't really convince me anything, because like with everything going on in that White House, this is what y'all find. And how long did they say it's been going on for the last 10 years?
Yeah.
$3 million. $3 million in 10 years.
That's as far back as it goes the last 10 years.
That's from what I researched. How do I put this? From what I researched, they dated those funds, those transfers, and the people they've paid and things of that nature, dating back 10 years. Yeah, I don't know it sounds like you're asking me, have they been investigating this for 10 years? I don't know how long they've been investigating, but they have their results is of the past 10 years.
Okay. I was low key just trying to like correlate it somehow between Trump's first term and then this, but it's like that is kind of ironic. But it's like, what hate crimes have really been reported to the SPLC in the last 10 years? Because I mean, there's been lynchings and stuff like that, and there's been discriminatory practices. But I mean, this ain't the 1960s, 50s. Like, what is their real purpose nowadays? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all give us legal representation, like when we need it. Like, it's just so many factors that go into it that would make me wonder, why are they doing this in the last 10 years?
Why now?
You know what I'm saying? Like, why now?
Okay.
It just don't make sense to me. Like, if it was in the early 2000s or even like in the 90s, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
but
I could tell you why now. It's part of the regime with the whole the plan for 2025 Project 25. Yeah, it was to crack down on fraud too, and we've seen that they did that with the SBA loans and the EIDL loans, but they only targeted certain people. Now they're targeting those, because it was the journalists and all of those people that they were targeting that were against Trump. Now I feel like these organizations have people that either pissed off the organization or the administration, or just not aligned with what they're wanting to do, or not participating or cooperating with what they're trying to get them to do. So if in the last 10 years it's only been $3 million, and these people have been contributing to extremist groups, I really feel like it could be they were trying to get information on what was actually happening. And there might be a possibility of certain members or leaders of these groups that are not supporting Trump like they were before.
Okay.
And that might be what is really happening. We're starting to see a shift in a lot of Republicans already, as far as in Congress and just as his own lobbyists. I mean, we see that shift. So we know for sure that there's always a play into how Trump charges people with indictments and stuff like that. It's always something about what they did to him personally or something. Like, it's always a personal vendetta that he has against some people, and he's going to crack on them, and sue them immediately or indict them immediately. So I feel like, because why now? Like he said, like, what happened just recently? This has been going on for the last decade. and all they've accumulated was $3 million, and we in trillions in debt, and you talking about $3 million right now?
Yeah.
Over 10 years.
Imagine this is and and this is money that donors are expecting to be used to take down these extremist groups and things like that. What was this? Oh, man, hold on, give me a second.
My thing is like, how you gonna donate to an organization is really expecting them to take down a KKK? Like, we know how deep the KKK, like we know how deep they ties run with even the Department of Justice in the government. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not just the KKK, but there's other groups with those same ideals who are in places of government.
It's more to the story that they're just not explaining. I really think they was probably contributing to those people who were actually working to give them information on how to crack down on certain leaders or how to get indictments on these people or cases on these people, because it could be a story behind that, versus it seems like it's just a stop to it. They're stopping it for whatever reason. And I feel like somebody was about to get busted that was in favor of Trump or maybe not,
I guess I want to go two different places. At least there's two things that y'all said that I try to hold on to. I'll start with you first, because you said it first. It definitely sounds like you kind of having mixed emotions, Jay Rashid. They're like, on one hand, you're very apprehensive about the necessity for the SPLC. But it come from Cash Patel is definitely it's kind of putting a lot of this to question. And I, for the most part, that's pretty much my initial reaction. I'm like, but I mean, mind you, I'm very, 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 very partisan when it comes to this, especially this administration. How do I put this? When it comes to understand that Cash Patel, it takes position that he has within this in this current administration. He knowing he got his job from the president himself, and understanding that he already sees the SPLC as what he actually called a some sort of like far left or like partisan circus or whatever. He had a special name for it, but it was heavily political. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And mind you, the director of the FBI is supposed to be a very non-partisan person. He's not supposed to take sides. And then when he's deciding to use language such as, "Oh, this group is like far left," you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's very problematic. So when I see stuff like that, I'm gonna be like, "Listen, Cash, I want to take you serious, nigga, or whatever the fuck you are. You're gonna have to make this. Gonna have to make a whole lot of sense. So at the very least, it's gonna inspire me to like look deeper into, as you just said, because you want to look further into this. And I want everybody to have that same mentality when it comes to people that affiliate themselves with the wrong side. Okay. And at the very least, I would say there is another side. But before I go there, Danielle, you said something. I don't remember what it was. So we'll go into the we'll go into the next thing. No, that was my clown nose. That one you did.
It was not impactful.
That was me.
No, give himself that.
I get you.
Okay. So let's see what the SPLC guy said. Man, I got bars today, boy.
Ooh, bars!
For 55 years, the Southern Poverty Law Center has stood as a beacon of hope, fighting white supremacy and various forms of injustice to create a multiracial democracy where we can all live and thrive. We are therefore unsurprised to be the latest organization targeted by this administration. They have made no secret of who they want to protect and who they want to destroy. For example, in October, FBI Director Kash Patel announced the Bureau would sever its ties with the SPLC. And in December, House Republicans held a hearing to accuse us of being partisan and profitable. The latest threat is the most serious: a criminal investigation and possible charges against the SPLC or some of our employees. Although we don't know all the details, the focus appears to be on the SPLC's prior use of paid confidential informants to gather credible intelligence on extremely violent groups. This use of informants was necessary because we are no stranger to threats of violence. In 1983, our offices were firebombed, and in the years since, there have been countless credible threats against our staff. For decades, we engaged in unprecedented litigation to dismantle the Klan and other hate groups. In light of that work, we sought to protect the safety of our staff and the public. We frequently shared what we learned from informants with local and federal law enforcement, including the FBI. We did not, however, share our use of informants broadly with anyone to protect the identity and safety of the informants and their families. And while we no longer work with paid informants, we continue to take their safety seriously. These individuals risked their lives to infiltrate and inform on the activities of our nation's most radical and violent extremist groups. When we began working with informants, we were living in the shadow of the height of the civil rights movement, which had seen bombings at churches, state-sponsored violence against demonstrators, and the murders of activists that went unanswered by the justice system. There is no question that what we learned from informants saved lives. Today, the federal government has been weaponized to dismantle the rights of our nation's most vulnerable people, and any organization like ours that tries to stand in the breach. We stood in the vanguard then, and we stand in the vanguard today. We will not be intimidated into silence or contrition, and we will not abandon our mission or the communities we serve. This moment in history finds Americans in a critical struggle between those who continue to pull and bend the arc of history toward justice and those who resist progress. We will vigorously defend ourselves, our staff, and our work. We will continue to fight hate, and we will continue to seek a safer and more just world. We trust that the many people and organizations who share our commitment to defending civil society will stand with us as together we fight injustice. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So where we at? We they just conveniently placed that race card in there, or was they actually being serious?
I stand where I stand with it. Honestly, that's what I said. I feel like it has it's an underlying issue that's going on with the information that's being transferred to the law center. I feel like they're actually growing in numbers. I feel like the message and the plan that they have in place is creating some type of reaction, and they have to put a stop to it. Just like anything else that creates that same reaction or grows in numbers, we get disenfranchised and we get dismantled. So I think this is the same thing. And us using that race card, he had to tell them what it is without telling them what it is.
Okay. So, you got something, or want me to, you gonna say something?
I mean, you can go ahead. I'll go after you.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, well, I ain't really nothing to respond to. I think that's fine that she, for the most part held the position. I just want to kind of just say that I think when it comes to allegations themselves, right? We talking like money laundering. There was some theft there. Those other things listed as well, but for the most part, the money that was paid out, this was money allocated towards the informants, right, to do their jobs. These were jobs. We all play video games here, right? We all went to the guy that said, "Hey, if you do this job, I'll give you this much."
You gotta grease that palm. You got to.
Say it again.
The palm had to get greased, and that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. It wasn't that amount of money, that much amount of money, where I would say it was completely
Over 10 years.
Over 10 years, these people's lives weren't completely changed. I just think that they pissed off the DOJ and they wanted to take whatever little bit of comfort or peace that they had in regards to the money that they received for giving what information that was supposed to get out there.
And that's what I was gonna say earlier. 10 years ago was 2016. You know, that was when
he went.
That's when Donald Trump was in the seat. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what SPLC did to him back then. But what I will say is, I don't know. Just looking at the current, you know, the timing and all of the stuff, it don't look good to me for starters. What I also will say, we still don't see no type of FBI response to these extremist groups. You know, so if y'all like, my thing is like, it's much like what we saw with DEI, right?
Yeah, same thing.
When we saw that they want to get rid of DEI and replace it with meritocracy, a lot of people try to say, okay, well, black people it was only 4% of black people that benefit from DEI.
It's mostly white women that benefit from DEI.
That's not the point, though.
Right.
The point is those 4% of people, but black people that benefit from DEI don't have anything else to turn to now. What program is being replaced for them to continue with their lives? You know?
I agree.
So I don't like, as far as white, you know, of course they got they got their cut of the deal. It is what it is. But my thing is like, I still worry about, okay, are these people okay? Because during Donald Trump's State of the Union speech this year, he said that they cut back on this government spending, they cut back on these jobs, and then he tried to say these women went back. I mean, these people lost their jobs, but then they found work in the private sector. How do you fucking know that? Who told you that every person that you fired, especially the black women, the 300,000 black women that you fired, found equal work in the private sector? You know what I'm saying? So again, it is what it is that they got rid of SPLC, or they're doing what they're doing with the SPLC. But what actions are you going to take to replace their work that they were actually coming to some? I'm now, again, there is some questioning as far as how effective they were as a group, and a lot what they did. A lot of the results that I found was things that happened like a long time ago. Mm-hmm. But you know, maybe there's some things I could have missed. Let's go with that. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they're not putting everything. Maybe everything they have on the books is not in public. Whatever. Point is for y'all to attack the groups that's primarily targeting these subversive groups that I really don't like, that have a big problem with, and you're not replacing with another equal or equivalent or a greater pushback against these extremist groups. I just personally don't like it. Right? Mm-hmm. Is it right? Is it wrong? Well, maybe we can figure that out today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But like, me personally, I want to say like, it's really hard to find a time in American history where what suited our best interests and what was in America's best interest, when that ever aligned. Because like back when most black people was enslaved, our freedom was against was against American interests. Once we got free from that, our voting rights was against American interests. Our real integration into American society was against their interests. So come the Civil Rights Movement, when the SPLC organized, it was against American interest. The hate crimes may have died down, but their existence was against American interests. So now that they have something on them in 2016, whatever, of course they're going to jump on that shit, try to take them down. I feel like it's another tactic just to take down another black organization. Because like with how the Jews have their associations to help give them their civil rights, we need ours here. We need as many of them as we can get, for real, to make sure we get a fair shake. Because you see, they just taking down DEI like that.
Yeah.
They taking
Action.
away our affirmative action. They taking away our civil rights like that, and we don't even really see it. But it's happening slowly in increments, with little things that they doing, but we're not seeing it. I'm not gonna say that they trying to put us back on the plantation because I've heard that, but in American interest, they would have us on something like that for real, for real.
We got to fight the powers that
We
be.
need to fight the fucking powers that be because now they found another organization to try to throw mud on.
That was supposed to be the year, but I missed it. But I'm listening.
I mean, but hey, it suits though. It suits.
It worked though.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, and it's really hard to hear that and believe its credibility coming from Cash Patel. And they was just pressing him about his, you know what I'm saying, what he was spending, you know what I'm saying, our tax dollars on. That came, him spilling all that came right after that. Like, no, y'all not gonna hijack this with that talking about my stuff. What we're here for is the SPLC. They, you know, like, bro, come on, you ain't really suited for, you're not suited for this job.
Yeah. So I'm asking y'all this though. Regarding, so like, you know, the head of the conversation, I was like, yeah, what about this, you know, the white collar crime that they committed to get the job done, if you will. Is that justified, knowing that my man just said that they were doing some of these crimes, right? Or actions. Let's go with that. He was committed to some of these actions for the intended purpose of protecting the identities of the individuals that went deep undercover. You know what I'm saying? Because this is, you know.
So can I say that what the SPLC did was all right for what they did with the informants? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because, you know, for the intended purpose of protecting people.
I mean, and for the sake of getting the information that, because I mean, what did they do that the FBI don't do? Or the CIA, you know what I'm saying? Whoever uses confidential informants, what did they do that was anything different?
I mean, I think that with the FBI, you know, they have that protection. They have the ability to lie to people.
Yeah, I mean, the feds, they can put you in some shit and really take away your identity. You know what I'm saying? Really, I feel like their witness protection program would be A1 compared to what the SPLC would provide.
Yeah, of course. 1,000%.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's
For
what
sure.
the money goes into play with the SPLC. Like,
So they had their own confidential confidence informants. But it's just like that.
and they've been around since the 60s. Like, to take down an organization that's been around this long, it only means that it's effective. And it's almost like, well, we can't do it to the NAACP, you know, because of course they're not doing this type of work. But the SPLC have been working continuously to get just laws for children, for employees, for employment. I mean, just public housing, everything. They've been working. So when it's that effective, they have to do something, pull something out the bag.
True. Yeah. So do we have enough to go off on to make a decision, or should we just keep watching we should kind of wait it out and kind of see what happens next? What y'all think? Because like the case didn't happen yet. Like, so all these are just, you know, charges. Nothing was.
They're gonna get indicted. Like, they're gonna be fully. I mean, it's gonna be a conviction. I really feel like they might not be dismantled, but somebody's gonna get convicted for that.
Okay.
Because that's how they work. That's just how it's been. I mean, they do what they can to hold somebody accountable for whatever happened, and we might not know or who it's gonna be, you know, or it might not be announced. But I think somebody's gonna be held accountable for that. I don't see it going away or being dismissed.
Okay. All right. So, so there's definitely a big chance of that of a conviction for sure. Like I said, this white collar crime, it's kind of tough, especially you're not yourself a federal agent. You know, this is gonna be, it can get kind of rough. I do like that there was some level of transparency with local law enforcement. Hopefully some people kind of come forward to do some level of protection of these people. I ultimately think they were doing good work. And the federal government needs to do as effective, if not greater, work in their stead if they're going to be, go through with this. So I don't know, but I don't know. That's about it. That's about it. Is all I can think of. We'll just keep eye on the situation, and we'll just catch you on the flip side.
All right, yeah.
Okay. Let me just do something real quick, and then we're going to the last quick conversation. Yes.
I don't believe I'm gonna die from spitting on a piece of ice. I don't believe I'm gonna die because I got a bad heart. I don't believe I'm gonna die because of lung cancer. I believe that I'm going to be able to die what I was just the thing that I was born for. I believe that I'm going to be able to die high off the people. I believe that I will be able to die as a revolutionary in the international revolutionary folk struggle.
Okay, so this last time, what were we talking about? The FBA.
They don't want us to win, whether we the 4%, the 5%. I don't understand. How could you be a minority amongst the masses and still get beat on and oppressed? You still a minority amongst they checkbooks and employment systems, payrolls. Oh, because I'm talking this way a lot. I do talk that way, and I'm still.
I told you I can't pick up the mic. Was you checking the audio levels? You weren't checking the audio levels, were you?
So I need to talk more this way, and not because it's more natural for me to talk to the people that's around me or to look.
Everybody says that.
Yeah. So this is what you need me to do, like directly, like this. Damn, I was in the yellow, green.
When we put some passion into you, definitely in the red. I mean, when your voice, your natural tone is cool. That's all. Just like I said, it's because you was like this. While me and like Jay, it's right on his nose, and me, it's somehow but like
I'm gonna put it right here. How about is this?
I'm just worried about you. Gravitating over towards judging again. That's all.
Dang, you gotta give me that.
Yeah, she cool. Yeah, you alright.
Producer, tell me something. Don't have me over here just leaning like this into the.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
That's like going into home base. Don't.
All right, we okay. Oh. All right.
It worked out when we was over there, wasn't it? When we had that thing in between us.
I bet she made both videos.
I mean, yeah, because if you was right here, your mic would be right here.
Oh, y'all ready?
Yeah, and it's a couch setup. It's throwing me off. It's with the TV. I almost put my leg over there, but I'm not used to you sitting on that side of the couch either like that.
I thought about that. I think y'all be doing this fine. I'm thinking I'll have to bring something later. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chicago Black Delegation Podcast. I'm your host, HT, aka High Thinking. And you're watching the Delegation Discussion. And today I'll be joined today with my guests.
Yo, what's going on? It's J. Rashid. We got
Danny.
Ooh, bars. Bars.
Today we have a very important conversation for you all. And I know y'all FBAs are watching. I love y'all, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's listen, as a fellow FBA, okay? Yeah, I know what y'all thinking. How can you be FBA and y'all keep talking that to the top? I know, I get it. Like, check this out, man. There's things we have to understand as a community, okay? No matter what you want to call yourself, you want to be a foundational, you want to be an American freedman, you want to be the soul line, you want to be the what did Umar Johnson call us now? Umar Johnson got an acronym for us now. You know what I'm saying?
The sheep is it? What I don't know. What does he call people?
Who?
I was gonna say sheep. I don't know. Somebody say sheep or something too.
Sheep, the sheep.
The sheep or something. That's the opposite though, right?
Oh.
When you follow.
Oh.
Shepherd and the sheep.
Shepherd and sheep.
Yeah, the shepherds are okay. So, yeah, so my thing is like this. I understand this is a big push for like reparations, and that's great. And I'm glad we have like the fire within this. We have the political vigor, right? This is one problem with that. You can't do that shit without actual plan. You know what I'm saying? There's no purpose in us committing to protest if there's no what we gonna do after this. You know, people are just rushing like big events. They're rushing in front of like politicians, going to these town halls and stuff like that, and making a scene. But there's no discussion beforehand about what's going on, or no discussion leading to actual results rather. And then the conversation you're having after that is there's no greater than bragging rights, you know. So my thing is this: let's review what we see. Let's see what's going on with what we've seen people do. Let's kind of discuss a little bit, and let's actually talk about what is actually required for us to get this great old thing called reparations that we want, right? So, I forgot. Question to you all. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about like? Let me see. Yeah. What do y'all think about protesting as a whole? Like, where y'all at with protests as far as effectiveness in politics?
I think protesting is effective when you can show people that there is strength in numbers. But when it comes to a point where it goes too far and it becomes violent, that's when it loses the point. Okay. And once you lose the point, what are you out there for? You're costing the mission. So that's what I think about it.
Okay. When at the point that things get kind of violent, that's when people look at you like you're crazy, and they disregard your wants and needs, and they say, well, y'all should just put them in jail instead. Yeah.
They just want to cause trouble. They don't want a solution for real. They just want to cause trouble.
Okay. You don't like that?
We love a crowd. It's gotta be huge. Yes, I feel like it's power in numbers for sure, and protesting is something that we've known to be effective, part of our ancestry for decades. So we have to literally continue that same empowered movement to push forth our voices and what we want as a whole. I feel like protesting is effective when we're all on the same accord, and like he said, it's non-violent. The message is being conveyed with the purest form of just love and togetherness.
Okay. All right. I might be corrected today. We'll see. But all right. So let's see what our friend, our FBA homie, what he did at this place. So let's check it out.
There is pride, there is high.
On behalf of foundational Black Americans, we demand cash payment reparations. On behalf of foundational Black Americans, we demand cash payment reparations. You're not going to use our ancestors' legacy tables.
Isn't that amazing?
We're the foundation of Black Americans. We built this country.
No offense, but you are a stupid asshole.
Okay, sorry about that. Courtesy of Amazing Lucas, by the way.
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It
gets the people going.
And that's just the feeling I got when I saw that video, that clip. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got up there, and like the people within like 2-3 rows of him, and what do you call this, a diameter or whatever, they heard what he said. He was coherent to them. Everybody else just heard a bunch of yelling. You know what I mean? And Kamala Harris definitely didn't hear what he was talking about. And Kamala Harris has already made statements regarding reparations already. We've had these conversations already, you know. And if you're gonna just kind of jump in this whole reparations discussion, if you're gonna just jump into politics and make these type of demands when you're not even aware of where we even at within the conversation, then it's like you low-key just making noise. And you low-key just you're going to be putting that box that Jay Rashid, like, warned you of. You feel me?
Yeah.
Well, we know a heckler. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You did.
No, I wasn't going to say nothing. Go ahead.
I was saying we know a heckler is effective at some point. Okay. It creates a buzz in that event for that moment. So as long as somebody's talking about that event, that heckler is going to get the buzz.
Okay, the buzz. That's what he's doing. Okay.
Yeah, so I feel like that's how it's always been, and that's the obvious. You know, once that event gets talked about, how much attention that event gets, we don't know. We'll have to find out. But that's really what the point of it is, to get the soundbite from the features of the event. You know, let my voice be heard in that moment when they speak of this event.
Okay. Oh, so you rocking with it. You like it then?
I like it when it's necessary. When it's look, I'm all for protesting, and I will be the heckler. I definitely will. I have been, and I objectify when I need to.
Okay.
I will eject. I'm sorry, not objectify. I will eject when I need to.
Okay. All right. So there you go. There's your fine FBA sister, y'all. So
get me out of here.
But yeah. Okay. So we heard everybody speak on our homie Ryan. Like I said, that it won't be named and all that good stuff. So here's another event that happened, and I want to see what y'all think about this one.
Briefly, we have to get going in one moment. Step up, tell us your name.
Hold on, we too fast. That's how I always listen to my damn videos. Too fast. And this video will be courtesy of Ant CEO. So I appreciate you, my guy.
Name and briefly, what's on your mind?
Hey, yo, as I look around this room, if you're 35 years old or younger, raise your hand. 4 people. So here's the thing. Y'all in trouble. Yesterday you had Al Green up here talking about we need a Secretary of Reconciliation, and then that's going to include what he said was reparations, which, by the way, wasn't reparations. Reparations is more than a check, but the very first thing it is a check. And come this year during the midterms and in 2028, if you don't have our check, you won't get no vote. No checks, no vote. Yeah, I know that ain't what you want to hear, but that's what's happening. All of y'all in here, with all due respect, you're beautiful, but you're old. You're not talking to the youth. You don't know how to talk to the youth. You try to tell us what to do. We're not having it no more. So if you want our vote, you got to come with our paper. We're not scared of Trump. We're not scared of anybody. Biden is a racist. Trump is a racist. Kamala is a racist. And if you don't have our money, you don't get our vote. Yeah, not. Who are you? Oh, all right, yeah, so like I was saying, I'm going to land my plane right there, but the Democrats are no better than the Republicans. No check, no vote. Y'all take care. And somebody get my man a tissue. He need a tissue.
I gotta start telling y'all to land y'all plane. That's that what's that app called Clubhouse. That's that Clubhouse talk. I'm gonna land my plane. I'm gonna land my plane. That nigga be online. That man right there, don't know who he is, be online.
That's funny. That's a Clubhouse term. I'm gonna land my plane.
Where y'all at with this with that man's statement?
You said with that what?
Yeah, where y'all at with his statement? Like how y'all feel about it?
He say it's not a check, but it starts with a check. I'm like, yeah, man, that's.
No checks, no votes.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows what he wants, and he wanted to speak on it. So I mean, if we can be vocal about what we want in our reparations, that's a step towards us getting on a page on what it should look like.
Okay.
You know, I mean, it looks different for everybody. Some of us say we want cash. Some of us say we want free education. You know what I'm saying?
Tax exemption.
Tax exemption, you know what I'm saying? Healthcare, stocks. You know what I'm saying? Apology. At least a fucking apology.
Homes, hell. Y'all owe us homes at this point. Y'all owe us property.
Yeah.
Not just land.
There's so much,
either or. Give me one. Give me an option.
There's so much property that went into disrepair. They could have been gave somebody that stuff, and they could have been worked on and could have saved, honestly, a lot of communities. If they would have gave, if reparations was a thing that would have been happened, I bet you communities like Robbins or Harvey, they wouldn't be in the condition they in because they would have had more people invested in their communities.
Yeah.
There's no investment in the black community. That's why these places are falling into disrepair and then corruption at the highest office with these mayors and you know what I'm saying? Like these people just running roughshod because they know that there's money in politics, and they want it, and they want that money. They want some of that money, you know. So this is honestly like a plan with proper restitution would have solved a lot of our issues a long time ago.
Yeah.
But because we have to figure it out, that's why. If it's not the sole reason why, it's a big reason why we so messed up as a whole.
Okay. You got anything, Daniel?
I'm for the reparations.
Yeah.
For sure. What was the initial question? I kind of.
We was talking about like his the idea of stepping up and making it be known.
Yeah. And honestly, it's time to crack down on it. Yes, let it be known. Everybody has got some sense of retribution for the disparities they have to go to due to their race. I mean, we've seen it in our time. So I feel like for that time that we've seen it and up until now, we've still dealt with the same oppression. We need to make up for that time and for the time before that's led us to still be in this position. So yeah, there's so many events that we can just list from the 1800s up until yesterday that literally have caused us to be in the same position with amongst the majority fiscally. So I feel like the plane won't level out until we get what we supposed to get, that 40 acres and mule. We still have yet to get that.
Yeah.
So. I'm actually asking some questions. Where to start? HR 40. The bill that will pretty much get the ball rolling regarding the study for reparations. That right now is stuck at the committee level. Y'all know who actually presented the bill forward. I think it was Ayanna Presley and like some other black CBCs, Congressional Black Caucus members. Y'all know who like constantly berates and shoots those things down. Correct. That's and they're not the, how do I put this? I don't think there could be some Democrats that are vocal against that the HR 40, but I'll tell you this. I think I think it's let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, I see the HR 1. Let me see versus the
HR 1200. I'm pretty sure. No, it's 2100. Yeah. HR 2100. Right. Yep. So HR 2100. Have y'all heard of this? Titled the No Bailouts for Reparations Act.
You said we heard what?
HR 2100 and titled the No Bailouts for Reparations Act.
Oh.
Are y'all aware of that?
No
one?
bid for reparations act?
Yes.
Ha. HR 2100?
Yes.
No, I have not.
So, as it reads, and introduced in the 119th Congress, which was between the year 2025 and 2026, by Republican Babin, prohibits United States government from providing federal financial assistance, as in loans and grants, to state or local government that enacts slavery-related reparation programs. It aims to stop federal taxpayer funds from supporting local reparations.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Huh. Of course.
Yeah.
Introduced by Republicans. Okay.
A Republican
My
from Texas.
man went to a Democrat ran institution, right, or event, demanding reparations to the people that are arguably pro HR 40, right? I'm not understanding why there is no smoke for the Republican Party. These are the people that pressed forth this agenda last year for a reverse
racism,
a reverse act of reparations, of any reparations agenda set forth by local states and our cities. Chicago is one of those cities that is working on a reparations agenda for Chicagoans, even though it's not going to be slavery based, so it might slip past.
It might be race based though, right?
No, it's gonna be most likely it's gonna be zone based, because it's mostly gonna be looking at housing discrimination.
Okay.
Maybe it could go into police, discrimination and things of that nature.
So mostly like a housing situation, like redlining situation,
sure.
going back into police brutality.
Things like that, yeah.
Okay, so basically things that happened in like the 50s and 60s. We talking about like
in Chicago. Because mind you, there was no well, at least there was no recorded slavery happening in Chicago, so they don't feel particularly liable for that type of thing. But anyway, that's kind of where I'm coming from with this. Like when it comes to getting bills passed, there's order of operation of things. The bill has to be presented by somebody. It has to clear the commission board. Okay, they have to say yes or they have to say no. Most bills don't make it, and then it's going to go to the House. It has to reach. It got to reach a majority vote in the House. Then it's going to go move up to the Senate. It has to reach 51 votes in the Senate to win. However, it'll still be viable. It'll still be open for filibuster. In order to bypass the filibuster, it needs 60 votes. If it passes the Senate with or without a filibuster, it's gonna go to the president, Donald J. Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Donald Trump is gonna pass no fucking bill for reparations.
No.
And then it's gonna go back to the Senate or the House, right? He's gonna veto it. It's gonna go back to the Senate or the House.
Mm-hmm.
What they would need then is a supermajority. Okay, they're gonna need even more votes to pass than they needed initially. And if it doesn't pass on a supermajority, the bill is dead. Okay. Hopefully somebody will be able to craft a new bill when the next president come around and we have a new but like even if every Democrat votes yes on HR 40, or any other reparations bill, they're gonna need the Republicans. There's no Republican in office right now that supports. That's in Congress that supports any sort of reparations. You know what I'm saying? They don't exist. Yeah. So like, and mind you, reparations. There's a whole dude, like a whole Republican dude named Austin. I forgot his full name, but he goes by Austin. Black guy, and he's a whole conservative. A whole well, there's a specific he like to identify about something, but he's not a liberal. He's not a libertarian. He's not anything crazy like that. He's super religious, and he's super super Republican, whatever. But he would argue anybody down, white, black, cat, dog, human, woman, man. He'll debate conservative, liberal. He'll debate anybody down as far as why blacks are entitled to reparations.
Mm.
So it's not a liberal, it's not a leftist type of like
conversation.
It's not a bill. It's not a liberal bill. It's just a bill that's rooted in truth.
Right.
And it's as simple as that. But only people that are giving any sort of energy towards it, it's the Democrats, the people that these FBA cats have all the smoke for. And like, I get it. You don't want no chance for no vote, and I get that. But the fact of the matter is, as it stands right now, it's not gonna pass because the people that you are threatening not to vote in is gonna be the only ones that have a chance at keeping this bill alive. And mind you, not every Democrat, not every liberal is pro reparations. 1,000%, full stop. At the very least, you need to understand that the other side that will be vehemently against reparations, there needs to be way more smoke for those people than you have for the Democrats. And I will argue that the Democrats can be swayed over much easier, much more seamlessly than those Republicans, right? So I get what y'all niggas I get what these niggas just going for. I get it. There's a lot of benign neglect that happen amongst the Democratic Party, but at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that people want to pretend that the Democrats have never done. People still think we never got any sort of civil right, civil protections for discrimination. We have had plenty of bills that protect us. We've had plenty of hate crime bills. We niggas just don't say the African American hate crime bill. That's all it is. You feel me? This is what I'm saying. There's smoke to be had for sure, but it's not gonna just be us going to these places and yelling at people. It's gonna be us voting for the right people. I'll argue to say, yeah, it is good that they making the message out there like, hey, this is what we want on the table. Cool. But we have to see that smoke for the side too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, as far as I see it, if Republicans want to keep this position towards the agitation or aggression against reparations, all I'm gonna say is that y'all got a long way to go as far as converting those guys over, because where we at as far as the split between House Democrats and House Republicans and Senate Republicans and Senate Democrats, it's not a overbearing majority of Democrats. You know what I'm saying? And again, let alone those that are actually affirmative towards reparations.
Yeah,
it definitely is. This HR 2100 bill is to prohibit the United States government from providing bailouts or other financial assistance to any state or local government that enacts any law providing reparations for slavery and for other purposes. So they're literally trying to cancel out anything else that has to do with anything that created a disparity for us. Aside from just slavery too. So it almost sounds like, I don't know, this sounds like a hate crime to me.
Financial restitution is going out the window when it comes to reparations, because a lot of the most prominent Democrats were opposed to financial repayments, like Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders. Let me see who else, because I just seen Bernie Sanders during his 2020 campaign. He was a vocal critic against direct cash checks, saying it'd be better to pay attention to distressed communities. London Breed, who's the mayor of San Francisco, he supported his board supported a $5 million cash payment for some residents, but he hasn't committed to any of those distributions. Westmore, Maryland, last year he vetoed legislation that would have established a state level reparations commission.
Governor, you're right.
Gavin Newsom, he signed a law in the order. He signed a law to create state reparations task force, but he has avoided endorsing its recommendation for cash payments of up to $1.2 million per person.
Oh, yeah.
He argued that reparations are about much more than cash payments. Joe Biden, while he endorsed the federal study reparations, he has notably refrained from issuing an executive order to establish a commission during his presidential term, of course. But in 1975, when he was a senator, he's on record of saying that he'll be damned if he felt responsible to pay for what happened 300 years ago. Now, that's just, I feel like while he's on record of saying that, that's just the attitude of people on both sides of the party. They don't want to feel responsible for paying for what happened over 300 years ago.
And that's literally the way they carry the whole, like you say, their attitude about the whole situation. It's like, I didn't do this. This is not my fault. But that's just how it's been for everybody that's dealt with this in every generation. They've all said the same thing. Well, that was what my grandfather did. It's not my fault. You're still my slave. You know, like what? When are we gonna get? They literally just said we don't care about that. For slavery, that's not my problem. That's not our issue. And for anything else that you've endured beyond that, so that's why reparation committees have to get specific, like you said. Like they have to list these events of when that actually happened in order for people to really feel like they owe us something, because it can't be based on race. It can't be based on just slavery. It has to be based on things that actually have something to do with your lineage and your bloodline that took place. Like if your family was placed in Tulsa during the massacre and it was so happened that your great uncle's house got burned down, then yeah, you will be liable to get reparations. But you know, if you were just down the road and wasn't there and nothing happened to you and your family was, you know, just perfectly fine, then you don't get that. You know, you were just there. Nothing happened to y'all that really could have affected you more than the next person that was in the same position. Let's just say. So, I definitely feel like there's gonna be some withholding on that because of the fact that they are not really fully understanding of how we don't get to play fair because of everything that's happened. And we do have to get specific. It has to be about where we've been zoned and how we dealt with redlining and how we dealt with public housing disparities and integrated schools and stuff like that, or you know, police brutality. It's going to come down to those events, and learning your ancestry is important. You have to learn your lineage, and you have to know where your bloodline follows to, so you can know who was there that belonged to you.
Yeah, I got to bring it back to the politics though. How do I put this? One of my favorite things to say regarding this is we can vote to our better interests all we want, right? But 9 times out of 10 is going to end up being a Democrat. I don't know what else people like. I don't know how people really engage. I don't know how deep people really want to engage with politics for real. But like you can go back as far as you want to. Well, okay, I'm sorry. You can go back as far as like Franklin D. Roosevelt when he passed the New Deal. If you want to like pound for pound, the policies that put in the legislation that benefited American freedmen, FBA, Soul Line, whatever other name you want to go by, Black American, Black Negro, etc. They all ended. They were liberals. They were liberals. They were progressives, etc. Conservatives always held Black people back, and that's just going to be what it is for the foreseeable future. But aside from that, was another thing. The other thing about the HR 2100. I'm gonna say it like this: if people, because what they want to do is they want to withhold a vote again. Black people make up 14% of the United States population. About 60% of us voted. Okay, I don't even think that's completely horrible, honestly. Right, I wasn't particularly happy with the selection between Kamala and Trump. I knew I didn't want Trump in office because he was like a big jackass. Like his his campaign was like actually abysmal. There was no platinum plan. He wasn't talking about bringing the platinum plan back. None of that shit. So I was like, okay, I'm going with Common. These are the guys that withheld their vote because a YouTuber told them to. Okay. When that happened, I mean, if that continues to happen, there's just going to be more Republicans that's going to be voted into office. There's going to be voted into this House and then to the Senate. If it gets to a point where the House, and the Senate, okay, this is a call to action time, okay? If it gets to a point where the House and the Senate are majority Republican, they will pass that HR 2100 bill. And that will mean we will have no shot at no actual cash payment reparations.
Right.
So I get it. Vote blue no matter who. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks to hear that. It's a bad slogan, and there's a lot of hurt attached to that slogan. Okay, gotcha. My thing is this: if you actually care about politics, and you actually engage in it to the point where you want to know what you're gonna get when you vote for either party, or not when you vote for. If either party, that's how people need to start looking at this. If whichever party wins, you need to understand what you're going to get out of that situation. If you're going to get, are you going to get plus 1 point? Are you going to get plus 2 points? Are you going to get plus 3 points for voting in whichever politician? Or are you going to get -1 point, -2 point, -5 points, -10 points for letting another guy win? You feel me? If you niggas don't fucking vote properly, you're not going to get that cash payment at all, ever. Okay? And I will say this. In the event that Democrats get in office and then they also vote in the HR 2100, that's just fucked up. I got you. You got me there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you this. That bill was introduced by a Republican, and it's like I said, I stand by what I said I stand behind what I said regarding the Democrats within that incumbent within the Congress. Are just more likely to be swayed over towards voting for reparations. At the very least, voting against HR 2100. Y'all got anything else to say?
We need to hurry up and figure out what reparations look like, so like we can like zoom, like just push that plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we're not on the same page. Some people want health care. Some people just want cash. We need to figure out what we want. Because like if we leave it up to them, they're gonna pass HR 2100.
I think HR 40 is the study of reparations. I think that's what that is about. They're gonna figure out what it looked like and how. I think that's what that whole thing is gonna be about. Now I will say this: I think people can kind of come in and place their gambits. And, okay, this is what I want to say: the committee they put together to study for reparations. Those will be the people we talk to regarding what we want to see out of our repayment.
I think that we need to be mindful of who they put in charge of that committee, because
very true.
Like I just hope that whoever they pick is honest, because when they go around and collect this data, they need to report that to who they gonna report it to, honestly, because like if they just take away those who say they want cash and just want the other stuff, that's what they're going to lean on. That's what they're going to lean in on. So it's like those who want, we just got to come together, because if you don't at least make it known, you're going to get passed by and nothing's going to get answered.
Yeah. What you got, Danielle?
Well, I feel like with Illinois having one of the actual reparations committees commissions that were allowed to come together, in which they had a meeting yesterday at Dusabo. I feel like it's a step. It's a step going forward where people can come together and actually create a plan and give us insight on what that looks like as a whole, as people or citizens who have dealt with the the back end of slavery and the disparity of being in our areas as Black people or in our communities. So I'm really for us coming together as Democratic parties and Republicans as political parties to really discuss what it is going to be for all of us as a whole, because I feel like those that are part of MAGA, Black MAGA in particular, should really care about reparations too. And if they don't, what are they fighting for? Like, what is their point? What is their purpose?
I'm gonna say right now that Black MAGA right now is saying I don't feel entitled to reparations. Why would I receive something that my great grandma did? That's literally what they're saying.
It was not your great grandma. It was literally your grandma that was literally dealing with Jim Crow. Literally your grandma.
You think that's gonna change their mind?
Like literally, like
no. Do you think that's gonna change their mind?
It should though. That's the ignorance behind it, and that's what I'm saying. They're just so rigid. They're like you said, the Republicans are more rigid than the Democrats. We're more fluid. If we could sit down and have this conversation and talk to you, why can't you talk to us too about the same issue and actually make sense? Like,
you don't think I'm talking Black MAGA.
Black MAGA.
White MAGA is rigid, but Black MAGA should understand that they are entitled to their inheritance.
Right. They should, but they're
literally saying they don't want it because they don't feel entitled to it.
That makes no sense, but they feel entitled to taking from immigrants because they don't feel entitled to helping immigrants, which we once were at some point, technically. Perhaps people did come over here as immigrants. Some of our descendants and some of our friends' parents and stuff did come here as immigrants.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
I mean, they don't care. It's a lack of empathy. All right.
Okay.
Thumbs up, thumbs down for these gentlemen that stood on 10 on what they,
Thumbs up. I'm always for the fight, and never thumbs down.
You what about you, Jay?
Yeah, man, I mean, they know what they want, man. I give it to them.
I'll get one of these.
I mean, look, we gotta be more organized with how we approach stuff, because I mean, you can't just go into a board hearing and they've already discussed something with, you know what I'm saying, with like, if we just go in there just demanding cash, but they had that talk already. Like, we gotta be up on what we're, you know what I'm saying, trying to crash. If we're trying to crash the hearing,
use the common sense that God gave you,
because this also falls into, you know what I'm saying, like killing the cause. Like, you can kill the whole cause. Like, it's just, oh my God, now somebody else talking about reparations. Oh God, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's fatigue when it comes to certain things.
So be effective is what you're saying.
Be effective.
And efficient. Like, efficient and effective. Be fast, be quick, and be impactful.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, I'll move it up a rank.
Isn't that amazing?
So, but if you know who that guy is, then it actually fits like a bill. But anyway, check this out, man. In closing, I appreciate everybody what they contributed. It's like I said, on top of everything that they had said, understand your senators, understand your state representatives, have phone conversations, find out where they stand on reparations. Okay, if you care about reparations, you find out how they feel about reparations. If they on some nonsense, you find another state representative that is for reparations. If they are running, you support them. Okay, you tell your relatives, you tell your friends, you tell your dog, your cat, you tell the aliens and stuff like that. You tell everybody to do the exact same thing I just said. Find out who within that group, within the Congress seats, is supportive of reparations. And if you want to extend this to people that's outside of people that actually benefit from reparations, you will have these conversations with your people in your community. You know what I'm saying? The guy, the whatever race of the guy is that owns the corner store. You know what I'm saying? Your teachers. You know what I'm saying? That they'll know that, hey, if I got this little help, you know, this land or this tax exemption, hey, my grades might go up because I might be in a better mood. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things you can talk to the people around you about, moving them in a direction of being pro reparations for American freedmen. You know what I'm saying? Because again, if we do this the wrong way, if all we do is just make a bunch of noise but not have any actual political strategy behind it, and we just say, okay, we're not voting for nobody because nobody's giving us reparations, guess what? HR 2100 is going to go into effect, and this word is going to be a big ass clown world. So I've been high thinking of the Chicago Black Delegation Podcast. This has been the Delegation Discussion. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Peace.
All right. That was it. Yeah, we're done.
I don't believe I'm gonna die from spitting on a piece of ice. I don't believe I'm gonna die because I got a bad heart. I don't believe I'm gonna die because of lung cancer. I believe that I'm going to be able to die what I was just the thing that I was born for. I believe that I'm going to be able to die high off the people. I believe that I will be able to die as a revolutionary in the International Revolutionary Folk Struggle.
I believe that the white man has done a great injustice to the black man in this country by having kidnapped our people and brought us here and down to the level that we're on today. And today, instead of approaching the factors that their original mistake has created, instead of approaching these factors objectively and realistically, the greatest sin that they're doing now is trying to pretend that they never committed a crime, that they never did any wrong. And when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad points out the injustices that our people are suffering, they make that sin worse by accusing him of teaching hate, or by accusing him of black supremacy, or by accusing him of advocating violence, simply because he is pointing out the real factors in the problem.
We have a little time left. You don't have to hurry so much, Malcolm.
I want my colleagues and the community at large.
Nice. Gets the people going.
All right. Well, how y'all liking my new buttons? My new buttons.
Those, I like those.
I think some of them are better than my last ones.
You got the claps in there.
Missing some.
Yeah, a hoop or some. Points. What we get for points? We got the claps.
Okay, so y'all get all the doing right. And I'm gonna try to do this more often. Like at the end, I'm like, okay, what y'all think about Buddy Ass, right? And then you're gonna say, I like Buddy Ass. And you like, Buddy Ass one of these. And I'm like, fuck that nigga, right? So I'm gonna give him something like, I'm gonna give him like it's like an average score, right? So I don't know.
I don't even know what that means.
I'll get one of those, but if everybody like them, you know what I'm saying? We'll hit them with the
Mario coin sound or something like that.
I don't know. We got all of these. What I was going for was like sound effects that was affiliated with hip hop.
Okay.
So this was from the Chronic, the first song. This was Kanye and them. This was Fight the Power. That was Public Enemy, Young Jeezy.
That's nice.
This dude, this rapper. He was a rapper a long time ago. I don't know.
Ooh, bars.
And, I just like the clap line.
Yeah, the claps gotta be there. You got some good buttons there.
That nigga had the gas station first. What is that? Oh, that's right. Oh, okay, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, it ain't even bad. I ain't gonna lie.
That'd be fire. Somebody just talking shit in the middle of the video, just hitting, alright nigga, shut up, nigga, you gay, shut up.
Damn, that's like pretty damn good. I might have to replace that with the clown button. Or replace the clown button with that one. I ain't gonna lie.
So the conversation will probably be, so what do y'all think about that nigga? Because you've been asking that a lot.
You cut it off? You cut it off? Oh, damn, I sweet. You heard that whole conversation. Damn, my bad. Alright, y'all, we love y'all niggas. I can't see it.
That's the word. That right there.